Also annoying. Okay. Turn that off. So they updated the Twitch mobile app. I can now view my activity feed, my stats, and my chat all on the same screen, but it doesn't turn sideways on my phone. That's like 1 step forward and 75 steps back. Oh boy. How am I supposed to do this to where I can still read this? I mean, I could just do that and like cock my head to the side. Try refreshing this and see if it makes a difference. Just do that. Well, I don't know how to fix that, so let me go get the controller. I guess we'll just do it this way. I guess we'll just roll with it. I also guess I just realized I didn't look up what Unicorn is week 2 in the interim. Should probably do that, but I also don't have my notes. Hold on. Do. I just feel like I'm gonna move the wrong way, and I'm gonna freaking bump my phone off of its precarious perch and make it fall all over the ground, which is not a good thing overall. Okay. Well, before I start then, I'm gonna go look up what Unicorn is week 2. Since I haven't bothered. Oops. curse damage. Well, that makes sense. Okay. That works for me. Let's get started then. Shall we? How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Persona 5 the Stream Edition, where as soon as I decided to start, after not sneezing all day, I'm going to sneeze, so give me a minute. And now it went away because I was talking about it. God, I love how that works, and now it's going to be stuck there until like an hour from now when it finally decides to come back with a vengeance. Anyway, last time we had started working our way through Sai's Casino Palace. Could say Casinopolis if we were playing a different game, but Casino Palace, and we made it to the what is this, the members floor, where we now have to earn enough money to move our way up by purchasing another pass for the high limit floor. Unfortunately, the likelihood of the games being rigged against us because of the way that the Special Investigations Unit has been over the past 50 years of never losing, it probably means that we're going to have to deal with rigged mini-games today. Now, I did look it up, and according to any of the sources that I found in terms of Twitch's rules about showing gambling stuff on screen like this, as long as it is not more than 30 minutes long, worth of just straight gambling, like me playing the slot machines or, playing the dice for more than 30 minutes straight, it's not gonna, there's no effect on it, so we should be all right. I actually want to test something though, since Twitch updated their mobile app. I want to make sure that this damn thing still works with my... Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. Making sure it still works with OBS.
Got it. Let's get back to work.
Yes, let's, Makoto. Let's get back to work. And kicking it to this fantastic music. Okay, so dice is this way and slots is that way. They recommended dice first. So let's go play some dice mini games. After grabbing... some coins. Okay, that works. Is there one on the other side too? Yep. Looks like I got a freebie. Hoo-yah! Thank you. So let's actually, before we go, let's check out what prizes they have at the counter there. Okay, so we could get a Soma or a bead chain, and then the high limit card is 50,000 as well. I think you can purchase everything in here without having to play any of the games, but I'm not 100% sure. I at least without having to play any of the games and win. I suppose it doesn't, excuse me, matter over much. I'll buy these while we're here. I mean, they're gonna be useful, obviously, later on, so not a big deal. Plus, we just got 200, so that practically paid for one of them by itself, basically. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it did pay for one of them by itself. Let's go to the dice game. I mean, there's just cards flying everywhere. As long as you're not allergic to cards, like I'm allergic to cottonwood, I think we'll be fine. Okay. Yeah, let's go check it out. Hey, another one of these box things. Get 200 more coins out of this one. That's good. There's enemies around here somewhere, but first let's check the immediate area, see if we can find some stuff before we start dicking around in the mini games, I think. Here, yep, here we go. So there's a bunch of different rooms that we could go into, and I should probably head into one of them. Grab this first, though. There we go. That way we can't go yet. So it looks like there's like regular rooms and then a back room. So let's check out that one. Excuse me, area. The door right over here, just to see what it's all about. Or we could just not, you know, that also works. Hey, look, there's a back room there. Well, let's go inside of here first and just check out the dice game, because why the hell not? So guess the total number that will appear on the dice, and if you guess correctly, it will double your bet, while guessing all 3 of the dice will triple your bet. And if you match 6, like if it's 3 6s on the dice, which is incredibly rare, as a matter of fact, I'm fairly certain it's impossible until you take care of the rigging that they're going to do, they will pay you 5 times the amount. And you can play for 25 coins. We're not going to play. Because we will actually get the chance to play in just a few moments. Let me, Drukers, thanks for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Let me just blow my nose real quick before I get started, because obviously that's getting in the way of me talking without sounding nasally. Hold on. Keep your focus away from the sneezing, man. Okay, can do. Alright, anyway, but yeah, so you could go into any one of the rooms. The odds of you winning in any one of the rooms are all the same. They're all completely rigged against you, so you could go in any one and be fine. But what we're looking for is how to get into that back room there, and that's what that ventilation shaft will be for. So let me just, I don't know, I'll just pop open all these rooms real quick just to get some map completion out of the way, because I feel like it. And then we'll see if we can get into the back room, where we will rig the game for ourselves instead of dealing with the rigging out here. Pretty sure they... Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they let me crawl through here. Ah, okay. Looks like we've made it downstairs, sort of, like a basement area of some kind. Something like that. Yes, this is the back room where they, you know, watch people. And I don't know if, I think he said something about the games being, like him suspecting the games being rigged in the last stream through part. But basically all of the games are rigged. If you try to play them legit, you will lose. So don't try to play them legit, because basically you want to have enough coins by the end of this whole thing to be able to purchase all of the other items if you want them. You don't need any of them, but if you want them, then you're going to want to hold on to as many coins as you can, and that's why I'm holding on to a bunch of them. Focus. Focus. Up here? Nope. Okay. Well, let's go check out this little area. See if we can't. Oops. Oh, there you go. Hide right over there. And maybe there. Where are our friends, the security guards? Over there? Okay, well, somewhere. Probably go up here too, just so we can check around all over the place in this back room. Because if we can find a way to basically make it back up to the upper floor area, so this is the passageway, right? But if we can find a way to make it back around to the back room here, potentially by going through some sort of door here, like that one over there, then we might be able to figure out how they're rigging the game. Excuse me, and then rig it for ourselves. But first, we have to make our way through all of the guards that are sure to be all over the place in the hallways here. Another Ganesha, huh? Well, then it looks like Okuninushi's gonna be back for more. Getting a lot of mileage out of this guy, like I said previously. A lot more than I figured I was going to. I can't switch to anybody else if I do this. Let's just do this. He's not repellent to like physical attacks, so I could just, you know, smack him up with physical attacks if he doesn't die, which he doesn't. Okay, that's fine. I may want to keep this in mind though for when he's resistant to physical attacks. Okay, that's also fine. And he drains that. Okay, now it could get bad. Let's tear onto him so he doesn't just smack me around like crazy. Ha! Gotcha. Okay, so Haru's a good partner to have around at this point because the Ganeshas are weak to Sai, and that means I can destroy them if I have her in the party, so that's a good point. I'll make sure to keep that in mind.
Okay. Shadow defeated! That was easy, huh?
Yeah, fairly easy, although I don't know how useful you'll be against the shadows around here, Ryuji. Although I think you three need the experience out of anybody. Actually, Ann and Haru are about the same, so maybe I should bring them into the party. So let's take Morgana out and bring Haru in. Because obviously, hitting them with an attack that they drain, not such a good idea. Two different ways to go, huh? I guess we could go around this way before we go upstairs, because upstairs seems to be leading somewhere, so... Does this guy even come this way? I don't think he does. I'm just gonna check. Looks like he's coming this way now. Good timing on my part, I think. Now we can smack him up. Hey, Power, what's up? Get ready for bullet hail! Rapid fire grenade launchers, because apparently this is suddenly Fallout 4. I'm teasing. Swift Strike a Go-Go, though. Well, that took care of that. Didn't even need Haru for that, for a grenade launcher. But that's okay, because it would have worked well anyway. I mean, we're getting kind of to the point in the game where even if you don't decide to hit weaknesses, your personas, at least in the case of Valkyrie in my case, your personas can get so ridiculously powerful that you could just spam physical attacks and be perfectly fine. Where does this lead? Does this lead? Okay, that doesn't quite lead where I thought it was gonna. Let's see if I can get into... There is that little room there. How do I get to that room? I think I might have passed up a way in, so let me go back. Yes, I certainly did. It was right over here. This way. Ah, treasure chest.
Hey, that's a treasure chest. It's fun time.
I mean, if the thing in it is fun, then sure. Hey, Conker, how's it going? Just got back from shopping for groceries? Well, that's good. All stocked and ready to go, then. I did that earlier this week after being on vacation. My refrigerator was sort of drained of all funds and goods, so I had to improvise for a day. Well, I had to improvise for a day. I'll just wait for him to. Actually, I can go now. Get over here! Yeah, my fridge was quite drained when I got back from the family reunion, so I had to deal with that. Actually, Morgana would have been helpful for this part, but we have other people to help with this.
Go down. Nice, Joker.
I almost want to pass to Ryuji, but I think another gorilla will do just the same thing, which is knock her over so we can do this. And that takes care of that. And Futaba's level 49. Doesn't she get her skill now? Yes, she does. Cool.
Behold, the new me.
So now Futaba gets Sub Recover SP, which at the end of each fight will restore 1% of the max SP of all of your reserve party members. So if you have somebody who's been using a lot of SP, and you don't feel like you need to, like, you feel like you need to bring other people in order to, spread the experience out, you can put them in reserve, and now they'll get back 10% of their HP and 1% of their SP for every fight that they're out of the active party.
Shadow defeated. That was easy, huh?
As with many things in this game, it sort of encourages you to use all party members fairly evenly, which I appreciate because it means that nobody ever feels like they're not getting represented in terms of your party's structure. Which is good, because you don't want people to be like, I mean, there's merit to choosing your favorite party, obviously, and in other Persona games it seems like that really, and do you want me to paint you like one of my French girls? Is that what you're doing there? Jesus. But yeah, I mean, in other Persona games, certain times it's like, oh, there's certain parties that are just more effective than others in terms of exploring or boss fighting and all of that stuff, and that still holds true somewhat in this game, but a lot of the abilities and everything encourage you to use multiple different party members in your parties. So, yeah, how can I get over to it without it? I think I'll just stay here.
Show me your true
The other one's gonna pop out in a second, though, as soon as I, like, get out of this fight. But I guess we can make do.
I've got the advantage.
Ah, Kikuri
Don't rush
Hime.
this. The enemy is weak, but wind won't do much to it.
Okay, so you don't take wind damage, but you do. So since we have a fire-damaging person in our party, let's take care of the wind damage ourselves.
Right on their feet.
And then pass to Anne to take care of the fire damage.
Alright, okay, on to the next. Let's do this. Hecateam. Almost done. Enemy shot down. Panthers
Pretty much didn't need the baton pass for that one, but it'll work.
all out attack.
We'll get the extra money for it anyway, so.
How's that?
Okay.
Leave the noobs and let's go.
Okay, first, let's wait for this noob to turn his back on me. Or just, you know, walk right past. That also can work.
Show me
Gotcha,
your true
bitch.
form.
Surprise attacks?
Hey, Tibaltus, how's it going? This seems like a game on some serious drugs. Well, yeah, I mean, it could be on some serious drugs. But I appreciate you coming to check out the stream, man. Thanks a bunch.
Hokurinushi. You're
This game has its own sense of charm, I'd like to say. I'll just use charm in quotes. Because, I mean, you know, each person will see the appeal in it a different way. But, who's next turn? Haru does? Okay. It has its own charm. It's definitely different than some of the games I'm sure that we've both seen Pem play. It's way more Japanese than any game that Pem has played on his stream, I'll say that much, but yeah, it's good. I like it. I like it a lot.
okay.
And I apologize if I react sort of late to people in the chat today. Normally I have my chat like stacked up on a bunch of books here, so then I have it turned on the side so that I can see it. But Twitch decided to update their mobile app, and I can't turn it sideways with my chat anymore. So I don't know what to do about that, because now I can't stack it up on my books, and so I have to leave it kind of up and down like a normal phone, and I don't have a good way of stacking that, especially when it's plugged in, so I can't just like sit it on the charging plug, which it is doing right now. So if I react late, it's because I'm not actually looking at the chat very actively. But I will definitely make sure that I make an effort to check it every now and then. Oh, you've seen Kira play Yakuza 0? Yeah, that game is a bit of a trip. Yeah, that is true. So somehow I got turned around here. Oh, I know how, because this guy walked right past me.
I have something.
Yes, Yakuza 0 is definitely a bit of a trip as well. Another one of those games with its own sense of charm, for sure. Man, what is with all the... I guess we could go up those stairs and check it out, just to see what's up there. Now where am I? Oh, I think I see. Okay, I think I see.
I have something.
Let me check over here.
Focus.
So, if I was to just go over here, this would be the other passageway then, right? Okay, well there's this over here, but other than that, why would you want to go this way then? Let's go find out. I was afraid that was going to be a camera, but it's not, so that's good. Hello? Shadows? Hello? Is there a chest over here? Is that why you'd want to? Ah, well, there's another thing to loot. Oh, that's why you'd want to go over here, because here's the treasure demon. I don't know if it's guaranteed over here, but at least I got it here.
Don't let it get away.
Okay, so this is Orlov, and I also forget what this one is weak to. I will say this, though, Twitch's app being like that now, the way that it is updated now, I'm pretty sure I don't have to like keep switching on and off from it in order to like come back to the chat if I have to tap out of the window. So the only thing that affects this one is electric damage. I might want to get Morgana into the party to Miracle Punch. So I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, Ryuji sub out. Let's Miracle Punch this guy down so that we can capture it. I think we can do it anyway. Come on, Morgana.
Not bad.
There you go.
Don't move now.
Catch that Orlov. So now we don't have to worry about catching it in Mementos, unlike Stone of Scone, which is good. Because then we got it. What, it's, Strength 1, okay. That's a bit of a pain. But, I think, what we can do, as much as I may not want to, we can actually get rid of Shikioji out of the party for now, because I'm not planning on using Pulinpa or Tentarfu on any of the enemies in here, so just to make sure that I can bring the Orlov to the twins so that I can register it, I will just get rid of Shikioji out of the party for now.
That's a new one, isn't it?
Yes, it is. More jewels for the our treasure case. Not that we have any of those, but, you know. If we did,
Okay.
that's where I'd put it. See how everybody's doing on their EXP. 37 versus 33. Okay, I'm gonna have to get Yusuke and Ryuji into the party, but I have to get Yusuke into the party as well. 24, 24, 21. Okay, let's bring Yusuke into the party now. Now that Morgana's done miracle punching that Orlov. Gotta love luck accessories for Morgana and luck armor that increases his luck, because it definitely makes things worthwhile for him. It makes his in-dungeon utility very, very good. It means you don't have to worry about keeping a persona with high crit rates yourself, which is, it's nice to not have to worry about that, you know what I mean? Is this a safe room?
Is there a
It's nice.
safe room nearby? It'd help if we can find one.
I found one.
Oh, this place is relaxing.
Yes, let's set up shop in here for just a moment before we get done with this part. What level are we? Still 49? Yeah, 49 still. We're still a little ways away from getting to 50. And 50 is the level that I want to be in order to fuse all of the new stuff that we can get, so... I will say this, though. I like Twitch's new activity feed there because now I can look at exactly what just happened when a new notification came up. Incidentally, Tibaltus, thanks for following. I appreciate that. But I can just pull a menu down over on my mobile app in order to do that, so... In Advanced Sly Cooper. Yeah, I sort of do get that feeling from it, but it's definitely... I mean, for a turn-based game, you're right. It's definitely very fast-paced, and the thing is that it seems fast-paced, right? It's not actually fast-paced, because you can still, you know, pick your turns and take your time and be like, okay, this enemy's weak to this enemy's weak. But the way that everything moves, the way that the menus move in, and they're all like kind of, you know, in the way that the menus are presented, and the way that the, you know, action sort of snappily happens, it makes everything seem like it's moving quickly, but it's not, even though it's not necessarily moving quickly. Because it is a turn-based RPG at the end of the day, so
What are your thoughts?
it's not quite as snappy as some more action-oriented games, but they definitely did a good job of giving you that effect without
What are your thoughts?
actually giving you that effect. I don't know how better to explain it, I guess, but I think you can kind of get my meaning there. But yeah, it's sort of like if Sly Cooper was mixed with
Okay,
the
let's
Persona game, I suppose. Now, me personally, I've only ever played the first Sly Cooper game, which is in and of itself probably a travesty. But I've seen people play the second game and third game.
We can do it.
Actually, I've played the second game on a demo disc, if that even counts. So, but definitely something that I'll have to eventually pick up one day. Just it's another thing to get around to eventually. Well, that took care of that, so now, the Valkyrie isn't weak to anything in particular.
Don't use bless attacks.
Okay.
Try something else.
Not strong against regular physical attacks, so let's just do this. And give her a Deadly Fury! Smack her around, there we go. Now, we won't get an all-out attack this time because I didn't just use it. It wasn't a critical hit or a weakness hit, but we can take care of the unicorns with no problem now because they've got practically no HP left. You enjoy 1 and 2, never played 3, but you own it. Yeah, I enjoy the first Sly Cooper game, although if I had to be completely honest, out of the big 3 in the PS2 era platformers, those being Ratchet and Clank, Jak and Daxter, and Sly Cooper is probably the one that I enjoyed the least out of all of them. And that could honestly just be because I've only ever played the first one and the second one, like, for a limited amount of time on a demo disc. I've played all 3 Ratchet and Clank games and all 3 Jak and Daxter games that were on the PS2 multiple times, and they will definitely be games that I'll be looking for on the stream at some point. Hey, we can get the unicorn to join our cause now. I'll take it. We don't need it, but I'll take it. I think it's a Hierophant, so I might be able to put Kumbanda away. Let's see. Yeah, it's a Hierophant, so let's... Or not Kumbanda. Actually, this does present a bit of a pickle, doesn't it? Because I need to transport a few of these guys over to the thing. I guess we'll put Aramitama away.
Your power's incredible, Joker.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do some more retro games in the stream. I already did... What did I already do? I already did Demon Souls. Well, I guess that's not exactly retro. Probably the most retro game that I did in the stream so far would either be Final Fantasy 1 or Chrono Trigger. But I'm definitely planning on playing older games in the future. Actually, in the near future, I'll be playing Gothic, which is a much older RPG. I think it came out in like 2001 or 2002. It was a suggestion by one of my viewers, so I'll be playing that. I think there's a few other older games in the pipeline from viewer suggestions, so... And incidentally, Tabaltus, if you're interested, if you go below the stream feed and check out the panel that has the Google Drive icon on it down there, the one that says Suggest a Game, you can take a look at the games that have been suggested to me by other people, and then you can either suggest one yourself that you don't see on the list, or suggest one that's already there. And that will, if the game that you suggest ends up eventually getting 5 votes for it, then it will eventually be moved onto a short list where I will play it more immediately. Basically, I'm planning on implementing a short list where if people are subscribed on the stream, they can suggest a game, and I will basically play it like I play a game I want, then a game that's suggested. So instead of playing it like that, I'll play a game I want, then a game on the short list, then a game on the long list. And there's 2 ways onto the short list. It's either by being subscribed and suggesting, or by getting it democratically voted onto there by getting the game 5 votes. So there's that. You had to leave as soon as you commented, so you didn't hear me. Not a whole lot, Conquer. Just, you know, same stuff, different day. I'm a little tired from work, but other than that, yeah, just hanging out, getting through the dice game here on the stream. I'm explaining to Tabaltus about the short list that I'll be implementing eventually there. What am I fighting again? Oh, yeah, okay. So, wind and fire. Alright.
You're mine.
Actually, this will kill both of them. Yeah. So we won't even need to get an all-out attack this time, because we'll just kill them all. Yeah, just explaining the short list, so... but yeah, so if you see anything down there that you like that's already on the list there, Tabaltus, feel free to suggest it again. If I had to make a recommendation, I would say that Pem would definitely appreciate it if you voted for Bloodborne, because he wanted to see that. His vote is already on for that, and that only needs 3 more votes before it will be on the short list. But obviously, that's just a recommendation. Feel free to vote for whatever you feel like, or suggest your own, because I will eventually get around to playing everything on that list. It just might take a little while, that's all. Okay, that door is sealed. What is over there? Ah, okay. Life stone, okay. Oh, that guy came back. Hold on. Let's just do this.
Show me your true
Yep.
form.
Caution. Well, throw caution to the wind, actually, because I'm just going to snap up his mask and then smack him around.
Got the advantage. Don't rush this.
Not that I'm going to rush it, but this will basically do it, so, yep. Swift Strike is way too good. And Valkyrie's level 52, and a bunch of people are level 49 other than Yusuke and Ryuji. So, and Akechi, but he was already level 49, so. But anyway, for leveling that up, Morgana gets access to Diarahan, which is a straight upgrade from Diorama. It's quite a bit more expensive than Diorama, but if I really need it, I'll just use Diorama instead, so. Yeah, me too, Conquer. Me too. I really dig the Palace music. It's really good, so. But yeah, straight upgrade from Diorama, so we'll just do that for Morgana. Eventually, I am not going to have a single target healing spell on him, though, other than, like, Samarikarm. I'm going to keep Samarikarm on him. But eventually I'm going to be getting rid of Diarahan because he's going to get another move that's... It's not necessarily as good. It has sort of situational use, but we'll get to that when we actually get there. He gets Garudine, which is a straight upgrade from Garula at level 52, so that'll be good. And that's it for skills for now.
All right.
They were no match for us.
Yep. So probably I can like sneak around into the room and then unlock it if I go that way. So how's Ryuji doing versus Yusuke now? 11. Okay, that's fine. You 10,000, 189, 120. So you and Makoto are actually exactly the same, and Ann is just about there with you. So let's do that and bring Ryuji in, and then bring in Akechi. He'll be level 50 very shortly, and then he'll get Attack Master. We'll bring Akechi in a moment because he's going to be useful against the mini boss coming up here, but we'll keep Morgana in the party for right now, just until we get to that point, just so I can keep everybody sort of even. Less work for me to do when we're getting ready to max out Mishima's Confidant.
Let's open it.
And then everybody earns the same amount of experience, so. And in this treasure chest, we get the Parrying Dagger, which is a very, very good weapon for Joker there. I mentioned it when we went shopping at Iwai's before we came to the palace there. That was like, what, 2 streams ago at this point? But it's a very good weapon. It's our straight-up replacement for Arsene's Cane. Even though Arsene's Cane is good because it can inflict random ailments, the Parrying Dagger has higher attack power, higher accuracy, gives agility +2. It looks really cool. It's really good. So I'm going to equip that, and then eventually there will be an upgrade to the Parrying Dagger itself later on for us to use, but that won't be for quite a while. Yeah, New Game Plus definitely helps with getting Iwai's Confidant really quickly, because you keep your social stats all the way into New Game Plus. So if you end the game with rank 5 social stats, just like I'm gonna be, then Iwai's Confidant is fairly easy to max out there. So, yes, it's definitely, if you didn't max out Iwai's Confidant on regular New Game, it definitely helps, so. And yes, you can also max out the Strength Confidant as soon as you unlock it, as long as you have the personas registered that have those abilities. For me, I think for some of them I'll have to refuse them on New Game Plus, because a few of them I'm not going to have the abilities on them that they need, but it's not a big deal. Okay, well before we go that way and unlock that door, let's just grab some of the treasures here. If we go straight ahead, that's where the mini-boss is, so I'm actually going to switch Akechi into the party because of that. Morgana out, Akechi in, good. And now it will be a massacre, as he'll say in a moment when we go and beat up the mini-boss, because it's weak to light elemental attacks, so he'll be good. Let's just plop this bad boy in here, unlock a shortcut, and then from there... Back room is open, so now everybody can cheat. Everybody can rig the game to their advantage if they so choose, although they'll have to get through this person first, but, you know. So yeah, basically, in this back room, they can monitor all of the dice games and make it so that they can win, like, the house wins every time. So, yeah, let's strike at its controller and then take it for ourselves. See ya! Actually, because you can get a bullet hail on some of these mini-bosses, it's going to make this very, very easy.
Who's next?
Could probably just have Akechi do it by himself, if I'm being honest. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll wreck Hunda, and then we'll have Akechi smack it up with a Kugion. And that should do it right there. I was gonna say, it might even kill it, but no, not quite. Oh, yeah, that's... It usually does. It usually does have quite a bit of a cost there, Conquer, to get everything back in New Game Plus. But it's well worth it because, obviously, like, it makes things quite easy there. Oh, and this battle is actually pretty important because you can get an ambush on this one, and it's a sub-boss, so it's automatically going to give you a lot of money. So because I ended that in one single turn, we got 50,000 yen out of it. So that helps quite a bit. And a bunch of people just got to level 50, which is kind of ridiculous. And I'm almost to level 51 just from that one single battle. Oh my lord. Okay, well that's fine actually, because that means we can do a lot here.
What do you think?
That also means that Haru, Makoto, and Anne and Morgana are lower than level 50, but that's fine. Anyway, Ryuji got electric boost at that level, so we're actually going to get rid of shock boost for it. Hopefully he'll get Materu Kaja next, maybe? Okay, he gets Megaton Raid at the next level threshold, which is 53. I think after that he'll get Materu Kaja, which will definitely help him. I mean, we have Materu Kaja on Saizo, so it's not that big of a deal, but it would be nice to replace Teru Kaja with something halfway useful soon, so... Oh, yeah, bleh. When you start New Game Plus, you do end up with quite a bit of money, so yeah, you're right, it doesn't really amount to much.
What a skill.
But Yusuke just got access to Masuka Kaja, which we're going to replace Speedmaster with, because that will definitely help him to provide for our party's ability to hit enemies there, because it'll increase everyone's accuracy and evasion. He'll get Bufudyne at 53, which is a straight upgrade to Bufula, which is very good. Obviously, it won't be much coming off of his low magic stat, but we'll be fine. And last but not least, Takechi gets Attack Master. We will actually be getting an ability in about 5 minutes when I go and fuse new stuff that will completely make this ability a moot point. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. We don't need it. Although, if you want to be completely technical, we don't need Kuga either by that extension. But I suppose Kuga can still have utility as a less expensive alternative to Kugion. Attack Master, like I said, the automatic Teru Kaja we won't need in about 5 minutes because I'm gonna get an ability that gives everyone automatic Teru Kaja in the party. So let's just get rid of it. But Akechi gets Samarikarm at 54, and he's actually pretty close to 51 as it stands, so he'll be there fairly shortly. And then he'll probably get Samarikarm before the end of the palace there, which is good. Because it will be good for his moveset. Excuse me. Well, if they have to, I mean, like we said before, they're not above rigging evidence there, Makoto, so... Yeah, let's stop the rigging. Okay, what's the idea? What's the big idea, you big palooka? God, that was the worst Donald impression. Yes, Auto Materu. Yep, that will be the ability.
I've devised an easier way of doing this. A way to get all the coins we need.
Oh, really? Okay.
All of them in here?
Just in this one room, so we won't have to go play slots? Is that what you're
even possible?
trying to get at?
It is now. I've deduced how to win the games.
Okay, and how do we do that? So basically, we will reverse the rigging. Before, it was rigged completely against us, but now it will be rigged in our favor. Now, we don't have to worry too much about somebody else hitting the jackpot or something like that, because apparently, even though there's people sitting at the dice tables, nobody else is playing dice besides us, so they're all just waiting to see us lose, but obviously that's not going to be a problem. I mean, it may seem wrong, Haru, but it will get us ahead of things way quicker. Yeah. Yeah, we've only got 6 days left, too, so I'm not above twisting our methods a little bit in order to get to the end goal of the palace. He does give a lot of orders, doesn't he, Futaba? Yes, cheating is bad, Drukers. People watching the stream, you should not cheat. It's wrong. It's very wrong. Actually, incidentally, since we're rigging the system in our favor here, that kind of brings up another point, because I'm pretty sure Twitch's community guidelines explicitly say that you're not allowed to show any form of any form of gambling where the odds are rigged in your favor because it means that you're making it difficult for other people, I guess. But this is in a single-player video game, so I don't know how that actually works. I guess we'll find out. You know, Game Genie back in the day, was that bad? Yes, it was the worst mistake you've ever made in your entire life, and you need to repent for it, Debaltus. No, I owned a Game Genie myself. I owned an Action Replay. Yeah, reported jerkers. Yep. But yeah, I've owned a Game Genie and an Action Replay myself. It was actually, if we're being completely honest here, I would never have beaten either Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones or Final Fantasy II on the Game Boy Advance if it wasn't for the Action Replay the first time I played them, because I just couldn't deal with their mechanics and they were just too difficult for me. I'd never played games like them before, so, or at least not games with that kind of difficulty. Obviously now I don't need an Action Replay or a Game Genie to beat either of those games. I can even show you on a stream eventually when we get around to playing them, but yeah, I am not ashamed to admit that I was a filthy cheater in my past as well. Yeah, Twitch channel goes blank. Well, guess we're done for the day. Guess we're done forever. Could never beat Sonic 1. Yeah, I still haven't beaten Sonic 1 myself, so... Okay, so in order to do the rigged minigame, we have to use the special room that's marked on the map there, which is the one directly in front of us here, because that's where the controls are. So, that's what we'll go do. Anything over here, though? Ah, over here. Game Shark for N64 and PS2. Yeah, let's see. I think we might have at one time owned a Game Shark for the PS2, but I don't think I ever used it on anything. Probably could have considered using it for Final Fantasy XII to make it super simple, but honestly, I never found Final Fantasy XII, even on the vanilla game, to be incredibly difficult. I mean, some of the bosses were ridiculous in some cases, but yeah, I didn't find them to be that difficult otherwise. Also, while Futaba's little treasure thing that she does lets you grab these again, it does not let you grab the presents again, so just so that you know that's a thing. If you do want to play the minigame, like if you decide, hey, you know, I'm going to try my luck on the minigame, you can go to any one of the other rooms that aren't marked on the map, and you can totally just play the minigame that way. But we're going to just go straight for the rigged room so that I can show off, A, what the minigame looks like, and B, us getting a ton of points for it. So that's what we'll do. So in we go. Yeah, that's more what I was kind of doing in the case of most of mine. Like, other than beating, like I said, Fire Emblem: Sacred Stones and Final Fantasy II with the Action Replay in mine, I usually just used cheating devices to mess around on video games. Like, if I wanted to do a completely different team in a Pokemon game, bust out the Action Replay, just click on, hey, you know, I'm just gonna... there was actually one playthrough of Pokemon Leaf Green that I did where I used a random number generator online, obviously from 1 to 386, and I was like, okay, so for every route, I'm going to hit the random number generator, and whatever Pokemon number comes up, that's what I'm going to catch for that route, if I can catch it. Obviously, you can see how this could lead to some crazy shenanigans if I pick a legendary in the mix there. I think there was one point where, I think on like Route 3 or 4 or something, I think it was the lead up to Mount Moon, the catch was like, I want to say like one of the legendary dogs or something, and it was stupid. Like, I had to save and reload so many times to get that damn thing, and I don't even think I used it for that long. Oh boy. But yeah, that was the kind of stuff that I did. Anyway, same stuff as before. But there's a Grand Raise promotion running now, so we can play and get a payout of 5 times the normal amount, which is good. So the buy-in is 125 coins. Let's play. I think, though, there is still a chance for you to lose this, but it's very low, obviously, for you to lose this. So we want like 3 6s, so I'm going to go between 11 and 18. Yep, cool. Yeah, exactly, Conker. That's all it is just messing around and stuff. Okay, so we can play, it said 4 times, and keep guessing this, so let's keep guessing the same thing again there. 11 and 18 again, because it will, obviously, because it's rigged, it'll come up 3 6s each time. Pretty soon they're going to start being suspicious about this whole thing, but we'll exhaust our 4 attempts, and then we'll be good. But yeah, it's actually not terribly hard to win now in the normal rooms, because of the fact that, you know, it's not rigged anymore. So because you can basically guess between just these 2 things, it's not terribly hard. I mean, you basically have a 50-50 shot of winning, so... Yeah, you can't lose in this one. In the other rooms, then, yeah, it's, like, for the first 4 here, you can't lose, I'm pretty sure, but I think I remember somebody saying somewhere that you can lose after this. I don't know if it just turns into a regular gambling thing or if this room's still rigged or what the case might be, but... yeah, it's about this exactly. Okay, so yeah, we're done here. So let's head out. We grabbed a sweet 3,000 coins, just like that, but obviously the high limit floor card is 50,000 coins. So we're gonna have to win coins a little bit quicker in the slots games than we did here. Is this still not open? Yeah, well, I mean, it isn't really any room that we actually need to care about, so that's fine. What if someone is hexaphobic? I don't think I even said that right. If someone is 3 6s-ophobic, or as I like to put it in layman's terms, superstitious, then, sorry, too bad for you. Sad for you. Well, we don't need to take every last coin in here. Well, we need 47,000 more coins in order to go from there. What are you trying to say, Ketchy? I don't think Ryuji got that one. Oh boy.
He was right.
About the rigging? Of course he was.
Amazing. It was like magic.
I mean, all it was Futaba rigging in our favor.
I could totally get addicted to this.
Please no, Anne.
Where are Crow and Skull?
That's the question. I wonder
Sorry
what
about
they
the
were
wait.
up to. Hey, guys. Oh, holy shit.
Oh,
Where'd you get all those coins from?
Heavy.
You could have asked, like, Yusuke or somebody to help, too. Let's find out how Akechi got all those coins.
this is
3,000 more.
amazing.
Nice. So, it's a little bit less than what we would have had to get otherwise, so... Okay. Let's go to the slot machines next, then. Actually, let me check out levels here, because, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, unfortunately, Morgana might get the short end of the stick here, because Makoto, Haru, and Anne are all about the same, so I need to keep them all in the party the same way. But it's okay, Morgana, we'll get you some extra experience eventually. He's actually the lowest leveled of anybody in the party right now, which it's funny how quickly that can happen, where it just goes straight from, you know, maybe being one of the most veteran members to suddenly being not. Let's see if we can grab a few more treasures since Futaba re-established these for us. I'm not going to look through the whole palace, just through the areas that I'm going to walk back through anyway. And I can't make the I dare say I soiled my cuffs joke this time because I already made it last time, so, yeah.
Oh, we can finally rest our feet.
You say it like we've been walking around forever there, Anne.
Well,
Anyway. How's our progress?
awesome!
Yeah, we'll just have to do that. Suddenly we're at the halfway
What are
point,
your
which is
thoughts?
great, I suppose. How's everybody
I
doing?
agree.
Everybody's good. And we need to keep going, obviously, because we're running out of time, so let's keep exploring.
Okay,
But,
let's go.
before we do that, let me save
write
real quick here. And then we're going to head back to the entrance because there are a few fusions that I need to make now that we're level 50. So let's go do that. Where's the Velvet Room? Ah, there it is. Okay. In we go.
Need something?
Just wait here, and Makoto and Haru. I'll be back after I stare at a pillar for 5 minutes. Seriously, the party's got to be like, what the hell is he doing over there? He's just staring at a wall. Obviously, he's forming some sort of plan, but shouldn't we, like, snap him out of it or something? And then they go to, like, shake him, and he's, like, not moving. Dude, are you having a stroke or something? Yeah, I've done that too, Conker. Definitely done that myself. It's a good theme. It's a very good theme, so I can totally relate. Okay, so what are we going to be making here? Okay, so let's do the fusion for the twins first, since we're
How goes
you know,
the rehabilitation?
right there for them. So, does time pass while in the Velvet Room? I'd like to think so, because I'm pretty sure in the early part of the game, like when you first go to the Velvet Room and they give you the tutorials or whatever, I think when you come out of it, your party members mention, hey dude, what's going on? You were just like standing there for a minute. So it probably passes slowly, but it still probably passes, which means that some of the times where I distinctly recall in Persona 4 standing around in the Velvet Room doing just experimenting with fusions for like an hour or two at a time. I'm sure that the party members are probably like, what the hell is going on with that guy right now?
Are you sure?
So yeah, that could be a thing that could happen for sure. Let's see here. Okay, so now we have those personas that we just caught in there, right? We have Kikuri Hime is in there, Unicorn's in there, and Orlov's in here now, right? Okay, cool. Can I strengthen anybody with them? Let's find out. Not Valkyrie, but other than that, yeah. Do I want to strengthen anybody? That's the real question. I do want to make Kikuri Hime into a skill card, though, so let me do that. So let's turn... And by the way, if you don't have Samarikarm on Hariti, you can make Samarikarm into a skill card if you capture Unicorn and then turn it into a skill card. But I already have it on Hariti, so we're good. So let's turn Kikuri Hime into a Divine Grace skill card. I'll be using that shortly. So, right, yeah, that's not. Yeah, that's what I kind of meant. Is not like time in terms of game mechanics time, but time in terms of for the characters in the game. Sure, maybe a couple of minutes pass, but not like a cycle where it goes from daytime to evening. Yes, thank you for correcting me on that, Conker. Yeah, I didn't clarify in that. My bad. Okay, that frees up one slot. We need to have a Pixie, a Paisaka, and a Hariti in our party for this next part, so... What do I have that I could just fuse together? I could just fuse a couple of other things first to make sure that I have some extra room. Okay, so let's fuse a few other things first. So let's go to the compendium real quick.
Read here.
I know we just got rid of our Amitama, but we have enough money to where I'm not really worried about it. So let's go grab our Amitama back. Where are you? There you are.
Is this what you want? A fee is required. This is your power.
Okay.
Time for some
So, first fusion that we're going to do, we're going to take our Amitama, and we're going to fuse it with Kushinada Hime to make our next ice persona. You could also use this one as a physical persona if you so choose, but I'm going to use it as an ice persona. Byakuko. Very nice. This is another one of the Suling. Obviously, we've used... this will be the third out of the 4 Suling that we've used in our party. You can look at the blurb here, but we've already used Genbu and Suzaku in our party earlier in the game, but now we're going to use Byakuko. And eventually we'll get to Seiryu, which will happen... how soon from now? Fairly soon. It's not that high of a level requirement for Seiryu, so it'll be soon. But Byakuko is kind of unique because it gets not only Mavufula, but also gets Ice Boost, which we don't have on Kushinada Hime yet, so that'll be pretty good. So we'll pass that along. Also, here's another thing, is that it's weak to fire, but guess what I gave to Kushinada Hime from Dekarabia? There you go, no fire, so that'll help us. Yeah, true, Druker's true. What does Morgana do when Joker goes in the Velvet Room? That's a good question. Maybe he, like, I don't know, he just sees him like standing in place, and he's like, okay, dude, you know what? You're staring at that trash can again, so I'm just gonna go chat with the other alley cats for a little bit while you're doing that, okay? All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. And then when he's done, he's like, oh, okay, you know, he's done now. That would be my guess. He could clean himself too, Jerkers. That's also a good point. But my guess would either be what Jerker said, or he goes and hangs out with those alley cats. So better not be cleaning himself in my bag, though. I already clean up enough of my bag from all the other presents that he leaves me. We're passing to you anyway, Byakko.
Choose the inherited skills, inmate.
We're passing Bufula, so that way you've got both of the ice skills. We don't need you to have Frylar or Mafry because you'll just reflect it off of somebody who repels it and then you'll kill yourself, so that's not good. Marakunda, you can have Concentrate and Nullfire to get rid of one of your weaknesses. Now you just got to deal with Null Nuke being there, which is, I mean, that's fine. I don't mind doing that. I could always, you know, hang somebody who has Null Nuke, like Suiki or something, to make it so that I can give him Null Nuke, but that'll be a later thing. Actually, Suiki would be good to hang for him, because Gallo strengthen for him, because Suiki actually has a lot of skills that Byakko has as it stands, so... Well, that's one.
Okay.
And he got some good magic out of the level ups too. Nice. That'll be helpful. He gets Ice Boost, Evade Fire, which we don't need because we're just going to nullify it anyway, so no big deal. Null Rage, which, not as useful as Swift Strike, so yeah, we'll keep Swift Strike. He does get Bufu Dying at 55, though, which is pretty nice. Not necessary if you're, like, if you don't plan on using, like, if you're playing along the same way that I'm playing and you're planning on using Byakko yourself. If you want to get Bufu Dying, you can, but don't worry about it too much because the next Ice Persona that I use will have Bufu Dying normally, so we won't need it. But if you want to get it, like if you get it through strengthening or something like that, then so much the better. But I'm not going to go for it myself, so... Okay, so we have Byakko. Unicorn, what skills do you have? You get Dekunda, which would be halfway decent, and you also have Assault Dive and Mahama. I guess I could, like, power up Power and see if I can get him some Samarikarm out of the whole thing, because he won't get Assault Dive because you can't pass physical skills to him. Yeah, that might be worth it, actually, so I think I'll do that to free up another slot, because we need, like I said, 1, 2, 3 slots to fuse the Twins next thing. And a third slot will be freed up because we're going to fuse Ananta no Kuninushi in a second, so we'll do that.
Done already?
But first, let me fix Byakko's skills there. Oops, wrong list. Hold on, bear with me a moment. I'm not going to be getting rid of Valkyrie, by the way, even though we're going to be getting a skill, or not a skill, a persona that will be a new starter for us in terms of having the master skills, attack, defense, and speed master. We'll be getting a new one for this slot up here, but I'm not going to be getting rid of Valkyrie because Valkyrie is still really good. I'll just be replacing it in terms of the starter for something else, that's all. Let's put Byakko up near the top of our list since we're going to use that for that. Okay. And let's save it here real quick before we do the next fusion. And then the next thing we'll fuse will be our next status persona. Although, honestly, I'm kind of torn because I feel like Okuninushi by itself is fairly good, and so is Ananta by itself fairly good, but if I fuse them together, they're not going to have access to... Like, I'm not going to have access to nuke skills if I fuse them together. And I won't have access to multi-targeting psionic skills either if I do that. I guess I could just do... Let's see. Well, I could do what I said and infuse power with, like, Gallo Strength and Power with the Unicorn. Then I could strengthen something with Orlov. I don't know what. Maybe, yeah, I don't know what I could strengthen with Orlov. I'll figure it out. But let's do some strengthening, so I just need to free up 3 slots so that I can buy some other stuff.
Time time for some power required.
I mean, I suppose strengthening the personas doesn't really make, you know, that much of a difference. It's a good thing regardless of what you do. So let's strengthen power with Unicorn.
What are you waiting for?
That will get him Null Curse, which is good. I don't think I need that ever, but it's good to have if you're planning on getting a persona sort of like if you're getting a persona later on in the Justice Arcana there that is weak to Curse, which a lot of them are. It's a good skill to have, and it will cover one of Power's weaknesses, so that'll help out a little bit.
This is what the persona shall be. Let these powers
I'm not going to use Power very much, by the way, so that's why I'm kind of like, I don't really care what stats he gets when he levels up there. Not that big of a deal. Good persona, just the gun weakness really puts me off from using him, that's all.
Alright.
Because you never know when an enemy will suddenly bust out a one-shot kill, and then, well, you're screwed. We don't need Diorama anymore, so let's just get rid of it. Especially without Divine Grace, it's kind of eh. And Mahama. Okay, well, we won't get Mahama. Because I already got Hamayan, so that's better than the other one. You know what? Yeah, let's strengthen Ananta with Orlov there. I'm not going to use pass any of the skills along, and I'm actually not going to buy Nuke Boost either. But looks like Ananta's going to get to like level 50, maybe even 51, which is good.
This is what the persona
And it will free up that
shall
third
be.
slot that I need. So
Let these powers unite.
for now, I think I'm going to keep Ananta and Okuni Nushi. I'll fuse the other thing that I can get when it is a little bit more convenient for us to do it, which will be like at the end of this palace.
Okay.
51 for Ananta, not bad, and lots of magic out of that level too, and endurance, so that's good. We could get Nuke Boost, but I'm kind of like, about it. The skills that Ananta has are plenty good enough for what I need them for, so let's just use those. Yes, definitely. They put a lot of thought into some of the personas and stuff that they put into the game. So it's I mean, they've had access to kind of a lot of the personas from other games in the Shin Megami Tensei line of games, because there's like a bazillion games in the Shin Megami Tensei series, and a lot of them have similar lineups of demons and personas that you can summon. But it's definitely still commendable how much thought has gone into all of them, just over the course of all the games, how they've developed everything. So,
Justine, you
okay,
can handle registration.
so yeah, let's do
Would you
this.
like to register this?
That's fine.
Read
And
here.
then let's buy a Sui Key to see if I can get Null Nuke on Byakko. I'll just probably get rid of Swift Strike if I can get it on him there.
This persona?
Is that the Sui Key that I made before? I feel like that's not the Sui Key that I made before, but maybe it is.
A fee is required. This is your power.
No, that's the Sui Key that I made that was in Futaba's palace there.
The
I remember
inmate
now.
needs our guide. Gonna string 'em up?
Okay, so Byakko with Sui Key.
Do not expect much power from this.
I don't need much power from that,
This
it's
is
fine.
what it shall become through.
See if I can get Null
This
Nuke
may
out of
be
it.
a
If I
bit
can't,
gruesome.
okay, you know, no big deal. But it's worth a shot. And it will get Byakko closer to its level so I can get Bufudyne, which will be nice. Not necessary, but nice. Come on, Null Nuke. Yeah! I must have also rigged the special skills that you can get from Gallows Strengthening from rigging the slots back there. All right, well, let's get rid of Swift Strike because we don't need it. We have it on Valkyrie there. And now Byakko is weak to nothing. Good.
You changed
Very
your
good.
mind on already?
Let me fix his skills again, and then we'll do some more fusions. There we go. That'll work. So I need to buy Pixie, Paisaka, and Hariti back. And then we can fuse
write
thing for the
something.
twins there. Okay.
They
Whoops,
finished from
wrong
Justine.
place. Let's go
Read
here. We need Pixie.
A fee is required and accept this persona.
Paisaka, which is way up here. 34, I think, somewhere in there. Yep.
This persona, you'll withdraw this
Grab
distance
that.
as your power.
There we go. And Hariti.
Is this what you want? You'll withdraw this persona, then accept
And that
this
Samarikarm
persona.
skill that Hariti got from leveling up to 42 earlier in the game is pretty important, and I will show you why in just a moment. Although if you remember from the twins' request at rank 9, you'll know why it's important. We need to go to Advanced Fusion for this one because Bugs is the thing we're fusing, and it's only under Advanced Fusion.
Not terrible.
So let's do this and make a Bugbear. I'll put this here while I'm taking a drink of water before we go from here. Alright, but seriously, what kind of a crazy mother would scare their children into behaving by telling them if you don't behave, a demonic teddy bear with skulls stuffed in its stomach instead of fluff will come there to your house at night and eat you and rip your fucking throat out? Like, who would do that? What kind of crazy person? Okay, well, anyway. We can pass up everything to it, so... You? Oh, okay, Drukers, gotcha. I gotta keep my eye on you, then. Okay, so when we're taking care of fusing Bugs here, the only skills that we need to worry about passing up are Samarikarm and Speedmaster, so that's what I'm definitely passing to it. Because we need Samarikarm for the Confidant. We need Speedmaster because I'm going to be using it as a Tri-Auto persona. As you can see, it gets Auto Materu at 51, so we'll also worry ourselves about that. It gets Cyodyne, so that's a good thing to have. I guess we could do like Abysmal Surge and Despair Boost, maybe? Or should we go with like Mabaisuri? You know what? I'm going to go with Mabaisuri because it's... I'm not sure if I might want to pass that up to the next persona that I'm going to fuse Bugs out of there, so... Twitch is going to send Bugbear to my house at night? Yeah, probably will. You're probably right. I better slow down on the rigging these Palace games to my advantage. Yeah, I know there's some scary shit, and I'm like, I think we have a like a reprinted copy of one of the old Brothers Grimm fairy tales somewhere in this house. I don't remember exactly, but there's some scary shit in those books, I'll tell you what. I've read some of them as an adult. I'm like, who on earth thought these would be good children's fairy tales? Like, what the hell? Anyway. Actually, Bugbear also, Bugs also gets Masakunda, so that will help a little bit if you feel like passing that up to somebody. I don't, but it's there. I'm the badass with the mask, and you're the Oogie Boogie with the skulls, so, I get the feeling you and Ryuji would get along very nicely. Unfortunately, Ryuji can't equip you in this game. Maybe in Persona Q2. We get Auto Materu and Triple Down, which we haven't had in a little while, but honestly, I like Miracle Punch a little better than that, so I'm gonna hold on to that instead. He can get Evade Fizz at the next level, and I don't remember what he gets at 55 or 56. It's probably something really good, but I don't really care enough, so... But anyway, we have the Bugs.
You change your mind? Are you finished?
Now, in a moment, I'm going to use that Bugs to make something else after I fix its skills and then tell the twins that I have what they requested. How do I want to do this? What's better? Okay, Strength is better, so let's do that. That, and that. That can go there, and that can go there. So he has 2 out of the 3 starter skills that we might want, and he has tons of agility because of the Parrying Dagger and Fluted Guard. So that's good. But, he doesn't have Defense Master. How can we get Defense Master? Well, actually, that's why I passed it to Kumbanda here, because we're going to fuse Kumbanda with Bugs, and we will get another persona that we can use as our starter. And incidentally, it's a starter that has good healing magic, so that will help. Also, did I mention this previously? In addition to looking like a... I always get Necromorph and Xenomorph confused. Steve, are Xenomorphs the ones from the Alien movies? Yeah. Okay, and Necromorphs are Dead Space, right? Okay. So yeah, in addition to looking like a Xenomorph on the bottom with the horse head there, Kumbanda also apparently has, like... I don't know if that's like Batman or Nightwing or what that exactly is on his little hat there. I don't remember what the hat's called. Some traditional hat that I forget the name of. But he has like a... I don't know, it's either a Batman or a Batman Beyond or Nightwing or something like that. Did I mention that previously? Because I just noticed it, and that's... I don't know why it's there, but it's badass. Anyway. So yeah, we're going to fuse Combunda and Bugs, and the resulting persona actually has some decent healing skills, so we're gonna do that in a moment. But first, let's tell the twins that we got what they requested. Here's your bugbear.
It would seem.
Can take him off my hands, actually, so he doesn't haunt me at night. Well, you say that like it bothers me. It doesn't. Okay. No, really? Why is that? Well, I mean, that sort of makes sense. I mean, from what I understand, one of you is kind of calm and composed, and the other one is sort of ornery and brash, but...
Yeah.
And what's that? Sure. Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, you say it like you're gonna say something weird, like, stop. And what did someone once tell you? Well, yeah, the 22 Arcana are the major Arcana are a part of the Tarot card deck, and they represent the journey of the Fool from becoming, well, going from being a fool to being a hero, essentially, so. Yep. Something like that. And what did you realize from realizing that? So what you're saying is that me fusing all of these cards together and furthering my rehabilitation is taking me on the Fool's journey towards the world. Is that what you're saying? And whoever wrote the list wanted me to complete this journey to the world. Okay. And what kind of a change is that? Yeah, you're kind of talking over my head now. Who's that? I can't see because I turned my volume down. Oh, well, I guess, yeah, we do have to save some things for rank 10, don't we? Why not? Okay. Well, I wonder what they're thinking, then. I suppose we'll find out eventually, won't we? Aren't you my warden? Aren't you not supposed to enjoy the time we spend together? Isn't that like collusion or something? Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, sounds good. I mean, if I don't survive, I die, so that doesn't sound like a good alternative anyway. Alright. Works for me. And so for fusing the twins, their precious bugbear, we get rank 9 of the Strength Confidant.
Alright.
Cool. Now they have a toy to play with. How about that? I don't think they would appreciate me saying that, though. I'm pretty sure Caroline would reach in here and bat me on the head with her little stun baton there. Well, that's fine, because actually the next, the final assignment that you give me, I can basically fuse it in one level, and then we'll be done with your Confidant. We might actually even be done with their Confidant by the end of the day today, so... You're right, she probably would bat me with bugs. She'd just smack me over the head with it. That would hurt, too, because it's got bones inside of it. Holy shit. Yeah, I can see that in real life, Tibaltus. It's got to be a tough job, man, to be a warden like that. It's just... I can never imagine myself doing that. I just... Dealing with... I don't know. Dealing with seeing people being incarcerated just feels like I feel like I wouldn't have the stomach for it almost, you know what I mean? I couldn't be the kind of person that they probably are looking for in a warden to people who were incarcerated. Even if they did terrible, unforgiving things, you know, I couldn't bring myself to be that person, I don't think. But anyway, the final task in their assignment list is to bring them a set with high counter. Now, you may recall, we got a high counter skill card from one of the Mementos requests that we did. Set doesn't get high counter normally, but we can place it on him with that skill card. So as soon as we can fuse him, which is at the next level because he's level 51, we will use him and give him the high counter skill card, show him to the twins, and then we're done with the Strength Confidant. So that'll be good. That'll be one more maxed out today, so that's a good thing. Let me top this off actually with the Mediarama now that I'm looking at that. Oh, I forgot I don't have something to use Mediarama right now because I don't have Kushinada Hime. But let's fix that in just a moment, actually. Yeah, I can definitely. I don't envy that job in the slightest. I'll tell you that. I can definitely see though how that somebody can only do that for a very limited amount of time. Like I don't blame him for coming out of the job and for any reason because that's tough. That's a really tough job. I mean, I guess somebody's got to do it, but
Do you have business?
still tough.
You'd like to register this?
Okay, that takes care of that. Let's do another fusion.
Now choose.
This time a normal one. We'll take the bugs that we just fused and we'll fuse it with Kumbanda to make Sarasvati.
A strong persona indeed.
Yes, very strong. Now, she has Mediarama by naturally to start with. She also starts with Tentarafu, but I doubt we'll actually be using her for any status stuff. I'm going to pass Null Nuke to her because she's weak to Nuke, so we'll pass that up. We'll pass up Auto Materu, Defense Master, and Speed Master to her, right? Yes. And then she will be our new starter, basically. We'll still keep Valkyrie, like I said, so but we'll go from there. Yes, Set is a very good persona. If you can get, I think he gets the level 2 gun boosting skill. I think it's, what is it? Snipe, if I remember right. And that's a really good skill. It's basically an amp skill for elemental damage, except it's for gun damage instead. And he also gets one-shot kill, which is a very powerful single-targeting gun skill. So he's a really good persona to have around. And I probably will keep him in my stock. I don't know how much I'll use him over Valkyrie. I might, but we'll see. But anyway, let's fuse the Sarasvati
Skills you'd like to enhance.
and go from there. We can't pass Mabaisudi, unfortunately, or Samarakarm, but I suppose I could just strengthen Sarasvati with bugs if she doesn't get a bunch of these skills later on. I think she also can get... I want to say she can get Amrita Shower, but I'm not 100% sure. Even if she can't, though, we're going to be making a persona in a couple of minutes that gets Amrita Shower anyway, because we're going to pass it up from Kushinada Hime. So don't worry about it too much. But let's see what other skills she can get. I mean, Null Sleep we're not going to keep, obviously, but the other ones, probably. Play that sitar, Sarasvati. I think that's what it's called anyway. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, a sitar might be a little bit bigger than that. I don't quite remember. Yes, and one-shot kill also has a high crit rate, so if you get that plus Snipe plus Trigger Happy, it's pretty obscene. She gets Null Sleep. Dekaja, I might actually keep Dekaja over Null Sleep. I definitely will. Materunda, I guess that could be good instead of Tentarafu, because I won't be using Tentarafu on her. I'll just get Shikioji if I need that. And Diarahan, which is a pretty good skill to have as well. Well, Anne's got both Dekaja and Materunda, so that's kind of eh. And we have stuff for Dekaja, like we have those Kaja clears in our inventory. I was trying to remember the name there, so maybe we'll hold on to that and get rid of Dekaja. Actually, it doesn't matter because following this, I'm actually going to be getting rid of Materunda anyway to put Divine Grace on her so that Mediarama does more healing. Divine Grace won't help with Diarahan because Diarahan is a full heal, but yeah, it'll help with Mediarama still. And that's basically what we're going to use Sarasvati for, is just straight up healing and starting. So she'll be in for the whole thing. But when she starts, she'll be really good because everyone in our party now will have an attack boost and we'll still have the defense and speed boost at the start of a fight. So that'll be really good for her. Anyway, so let's fix her skills, give her Divine Grace, and then we'll go from there to fuse the next thing we need to fuse. So Diarahan can go up here, Mediarama can go there, Mapatra there. That's going to be Divine Grace. I guess we could do it that way. Yeah, we'll do it that way. Okay. Let's go here. Let's see, Divine Grace. I mean, we could also give her Invigorate 3 or Growth 3 or something like that, but I don't think we need it that badly. So, Sarasvati, here you go. So now she's just as strong of a healer as anything else that we've used up to this point, but she also has a full heal in her list of, in her bag of tricks there, so that'll be helpful. I just wish Mapatra was Mabaisuri because we had Energy Shower and we have Mapatra already in our party with Morgana and Makoto, but it's okay. It's okay. What we've got will work. Okay, so that'll be our new starter. We'll keep Valkyrie around and Byakko will keep around as well. But we also need to work on... let's see, what do we need to work on? I'm going to wait on fusing that one. I think. Yeah, I'm going to wait on fusing that one. We'll keep Okuni Nushi and Nanta around for a little longer. And then I'll fuse it later, because I'll need it later, so... Yes, yeah, Arsene having this being your starter is also a pretty good idea, because if you strengthen Arsene or any low-level persona there, it will help them to be fairly powerful.
You certainly
In terms of the stats they can get, especially agility. Like, you can just, like, you know, rig agility in order to make it so that you always get agility, and that just really helps out, so that'll be good. So I need to grab, since I'm not fusing that, I need to grab a Hecaton Kairas, and I need to get Kushinada Hime back, so let's grab those.
You'll withdraw this and accept this persona.
Please and thank you, and please and thank you.
Your power.
So we'll grab these two. We're gonna fuse them together, smush them together, see what comes out the other end. Horus is what comes out the other end, actually. So that's a good thing, because
Terrible, but not impressive.
as you will find from the skills that I'm passing to it and the fact that I'm going to be strengthening it quite a bit, it also, Horus incidentally also gets Kugiyan, which is very nice. I probably should have kept Orlov, though, for Horus, because then I could have tried to pass Makuga to it, but that's okay. But Horus is actually going to be the persona for light elemental attacks that I use for the rest of the entire game. I'm just going to strengthen it up using the Gallows strengthening in order to make it more powerful for the rest of the game there. So that's what my plan is. Anyway, we'll see if it actually works out. Okay, so the skills that I want to pass up to it, for right now, it having just regular old Kugiyan is going to be not super helpful. It would be better if we could get Makuga on it, but it's okay. We'll be fine. But I have Madia-Rama, so I'd like to pass Amrita Shower, Concentrate, Null Fire to get rid of its weakness. So now it has no weaknesses and it has really good resistances as it stands. And then Regenerate 2.
It will receive
Because
extraordinary
basically
power.
Horus is going to be our boss killer, in combination with the fact that it's already really good just from having Concentrate and having no weaknesses and all that, and it has Regenerate 2 and I have Invigorate 3 for my accessory. It's also going to be affected by Koh-i-Noor when I equip it during boss fights, so it'll have Bless Boost, and eventually we'll get Bless Amp for it, and you can see how this sort of snowballs downhill to the point where I'm doing thousands of magic damage per hit, so... Oh, did he? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it just kind of depends. I don't think it's like fixed for any particular persona. I think it's pretty random what they get, but you might have just gotten like a streak of agility points then.
Then let us begin.
Okay, so let's fuse this Horus, see what we get out of it. I'm not worried too much about what skills it gets. Jesus, the bloom, man. The glow! Turn that shit down, I can't see your face! But Horus is really good. I like it a lot as a persona, so.
Okay.
There we go. You can kind of see your face there. We didn't need all the strength points there. We more needed the magic than the strength. But I'm not going to worry too much about what it gets right now in terms of the stats, but I am, when I'm strengthening it from now on, I'm going to be specifically looking for magic, endurance, and agility, and maybe a few points of luck occasionally just to bring that up a little bit. But those are the stats I'm going to particularly focus on, is magic, endurance, and agility as I go. It also gets the Touch and Go skill, which is an interesting skill. I will show you that in just a moment. Let's put Masuga Kaja instead of Diorama. We don't need that. Hamayan, don't really need that in particular either. I almost want to say I guess it might be better than Megiddo, but honestly it's really not. So I'm just gonna get rid of it. And he gets Hama Boost as well, so that's actually a little bit better. But if we had Hamayan, I could equip it on him, but that would require me to get rid of one of his other good skills, so we're gonna not use Hama Boost. So that's how that goes. Okay, so we have Horus now. Gotcha, Conquer. Yeah, that's a good choice for it there. Arsene is usually, if you can, level him up with strengthening, he's usually a good choice for basically anything that you choose to do with him. So, yeah, it's a good point. Good choice for you to use him. How did I plan on getting Makuga on Horus? I also plan on getting a fire skill on him since he now has Nullfire, but I think I need to get that on him via a, what's it called? A skill card, since he probably won't inherit it since he's weak to it. But we'll worry about that later. Not quite done yet. What can I do with this? I have an idea, actually. Because here's the thing. In order to fuse Set, you have to fuse the 4 different like Egyptian gods together, basically. So you have to fuse Isis, Thoth, Anubis, and Horus all together in a 4-way fusion in order to make Set. And I was planning on just putting the high counter skill card on Set then, so that way he has it. But what if we put it on Horus and then just let that go? Well, actually, that brings up a good point. I could put any one of these 3 cards on Horus and it would be good. High counter would be good for giving to Set, and that would help Horus because then he'd be a little bit, he could counter physical skills 1/5 of the time, so that'd be good. Invigorate 3 would be good because even though it doesn't stack with my SP adhesive, it'll be good in boss fights when I use Horus because he'll, I'll have Koh-i-Noor equipped instead. And Growth 3 would be good because then he'd gain experience without me having to worry about him gaining experience. Because he'd gain experience outside of other fights. I guess Strengthening, though, would probably work just as well as Growth 3 would work. I'm kind of leaning more towards Invigorate 3, if I'm being honest with you. Let's look at his skills for right now first, and then we'll go from there. And we'll also put him a little higher on the list there. But yeah, look at that agility, man. Very nice. So let's put Kugi on up here. We'll put Megiddo there, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. And this is all fine. Oh, the skill that I wanted to mention, by the way, he has now is Touch and Go, which is a really good skill if enemies are weak to light because you can hit their weakness, and since we don't have Auto Masuku yet, which is the whole party Tsukakaja buff at the beginning of a fight, you can use Touch and Go to pass Tsukakaja over to your other party members. So that's really actually pretty nice for him for right now, and I'm definitely going to keep it because if we fight any enemies that are weak to light elemental damage, as long as I have Horus in the party before I swap that out for something else, I'm definitely going to hold on to that. But I can probably get rid of Megiddo for something else, so... Well, here's a thought. We don't need Invigorate 3 yet because we're not going to be fighting a boss for a little while yet, and before we fight the boss, we will be fusing Set for ourselves. So, let's do this. Let's put High Counter on for now with Horus, and then we'll put that on Set when we fuse it, and before, after we're done putting it onto Set there, we will, once we register Set with High Counter into the compendium, we will put Invigorate 3 on Horus when we're getting close to the boss fight there. How's that sound? Yes, that's also true, Conquer. Leveling up with Growth 3 will cause the stats to be random, whereas Strengthening, I can just rig it for myself, so that helps. That's a good point. That's a good point. So we'll put High Counter on Horus for now, because it'll help a little more in the actual dungeons there, more than Megiddo anyway, because Megiddo's kind of crap, if I'm being honest with you. Unless you have, one of the public fusion things that lets you get an ability that strengthens the almighty damage skills, it's kind of crap. So let's just put High Counter on him. We'll give it to Set when we fuse it, and then we'll go from there. And then once we've got it on Set, we'll put Invigorate 3 on Horus so that it has it. Eventually, I will be replacing that for a different skill, but we don't have access to that different skill just yet, so we'll do that when we actually are at that point. So do that, and that. Actually, you know what? That's pretty good how that is there. So we'll leave that. He's only got 1 attacking skill, I know, and it seems kind of not great for him, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We've got Okuni Nushi if we need the light elemental damage anyway, so it's not a big deal. And we have a Kechi who can help us out with that, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Now it's just the last thing that I was thinking about fusing, and I wasn't sure about if I wanted to fuse it or not. But you know what? We're gonna fuse it. What the hell?
Do it.
Let's do it, like Joker just said. Might as well, right? Okay. And what do you have to tell me? Ah, and from fusing Horus there, we actually got to 50% of the compendium completion. So that's good. And they're giving us another discount on summoning personas from the registration that we have already. So that's good. The next one, like Conker said, is if you get to 75%, they give you another discount. So we'll try to get to 75%. I might get there naturally from all the different fusions I'm going to be doing coming up, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So we'll see.
You'd like to read the compendium?
Yes, and Horus has Concentrate, which will boost Kugion a lot, and that, like I said, combined with Bless Boost, it'll really boost it up. And then eventually, when we get Bless Amp, I'll put that on him, and then I can have Bless Amp plus Bless Boost from Koh-i-Noor. It just spirals out of control very quickly, like I said. So it'll be good. It'll be good. Okay, yeah. So we'll fuse the thing that I was saying I was going to fuse there. So let's take Ananta. Fuse it with Okuninushi, and we get Narcissus.
I see. A strong persona indeed.
Not really anything necessary, but it is another status-inducing persona that we can use, and I can pass up basically all of the halfway decent skills that I might want to pass up in terms of status. This is kind of where status stops for me, though, is at this point, because while status is useful later on in the game, I'll be honest, I kind of just stick with Shikioji most of the time when I want to put status on something, because most things that are vulnerable to status are vulnerable to panic, so, or confuse, as this game calls it. But anyway, when you're passing up these skills to Narcissus there, the plan that I had was to pass up Sayo, Makajamion, Abysmal Surge, and Ailment Boost, because he actually gets Ambient Aid by level up. It doesn't show that there, but he does, so we'll probably do it that way. So let's pass this, and this, yep, and Sayo. So we'll be lacking the, can he not pass Kuga? No, he can't. Oh, well, that's interesting. Well, anyway, so we'll be lacking that, but we do have Horus for the light elemental skills now, and we'll also be lacking Nuke, but I suppose we can work around that. And then Ailment Boost, right? Yeah.
It will receive
Sayo,
extraordinary power.
Abysmal Surge, Ailment Boost. Okay, yep, that'll be good.
Now for a rebirth.
But if you wanted to keep Narcissus, though, you could always keep Growth 3 on him to make sure that he gets strengthened from all the other stuff that you're doing, or you could just, get rid of Growth 3 and then just strengthen him like I'm going to be doing with Horus. But we'll get to that. Good boosts there. That's good. He gets Dizzy Boost, which we don't need because it doesn't stack with Ailment Boost, so we'll just get rid of that. He gets Medea Rama, which, I mean, I guess that's halfway okay. It's better than Energy Drop anyway. And there's Ambient Aid, so that's good. Yeah, I'll get rid of Makarula for that. Here's what we could do, though, is we could strengthen him with Kaiwan that we got. I'm pretty sure we got a Kaiwan, right?
You'd like to read the complete here.
Where did it go? Did we get a Kaiwan? Maybe we didn't. But yeah, if you had a Kaiwan, like if you got it from the other palace, you could strengthen Narcissus to get Masayo on him a little bit easier, but... Yes, that is true, Conker. I could always just have Makoto take care of it if I have her in the party, so there's that. Or I could just grab Ananta back if I'm really hurting for nuke damage. I think there's only like one enemy in this whole area that's weak to nuke damage, if I remember right. Maybe two, but it's not that big of a deal. We do have the skill slots for it as well anyway, so... Nocturnal Flash, Makajamion, Abysmal Surge, Ambient Aid, Growth 3, Ailment Boost. Yeah, I really feel like I should put, like, Masayo or something on him, but, it's okay. Or Nullfire. Nullfire would be halfway decent as well. Okay, but I think we're halfway decent now. We've got, what do we got? So we got a starter for healing. We've got light elemental damage here. We've got physical, ice, dark, and wind, electric, and fire. You're not really that much of a big deal. And then there's Narcissus, who has psionic skills. So we're missing a couple of things, but it's not a huge amount of things, I guess. And you know what else I could do is I could buy Orlov back out of the compendium now, and I could just strengthen Narcissus and Horus with that. It would probably give Horus quite a number of levels, but I suppose that wouldn't hurt, because then I could get Makuga out of it. Yeah, I'll think about doing that when I'm done with the stream, because that'll make it... Then I can, like, you know, reload if I don't get Makuga out of it, and then I can put it right on Horus there if I need it.
You handle this. Registration.
And I could also put Masayo on Narcissus instead of Mediarama if I want to do it that way. I think, though, since we have the slots for him, I'm going to grab Ananta back just so that we have the nuke damage. I think we need him for a fusion eventually anyway, so it won't hurt to have him in the party.
This persona,
It might hurt the wallet just a little bit, but it's not like we don't have more money than we'll ever need in the game anyway, so...
Done already?
Yep, done for now.
Time, inmate.
So we did a lot of fusing. That took up a good amount of time, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Let's see here. So we'll just keep Azuzu for now. I think I'm going to be, in terms of darkness damage and electric damage, we're going to be getting some better personas for these in a little while. Like a couple of levels, I think we'll have access to some better stuff for that. But for now, we don't have access to that stuff. And in terms of nuclear damage, we'll have better stuff eventually too. So, whoops. Okay, there we go. Okay, that works. Yeah, I made them all just stand there and wait for a minute. Maybe it's like the hyperbolic time chamber, so it was only like, what was it? So a year in the time chamber is a day in real life. So that's, time moves 365 times, roughly 365 times slower in the real world, if it's like the hyperbolic time chamber. And that would mean if we did that for 25 minutes, I made them wait for 25 365ths of a second? Is that right? No, 25 365ths of a minute. So... yeah, a few seconds. No big deal. Yeah, maybe they were, Conquer, maybe they were.
I should write something.
Anyway, so we've done our fusions. We won't need to do any more fusing until probably the end of the palace there, so that'll be fine. I just want to make sure I'm covering all of my bases in terms of the elemental damage that we have, really, though. We have physical. We don't have gun right now, but that's okay. We have nuke. We have psi. We have light, ice, dark, wind, fire, and electric. So that's... we're missing gun. Got that. So yeah, we're just missing gun. So we're good. We are good. Let's move back to the members floor. And we'll go do slot games.
We've arrived. So what do we do now?
Go gamble some
Now
more.
let's go.
Go rig the gambling some more so that Bugbear can visit me in my sleep and eat my brains. Oh, and there's also direction boards out here so that it shows you how you can play the games if you want to play them legit, but obviously I didn't do that, so... Okay, so we'll want to get 777s, obviously. So if we can rig it to get us 777s on, like, I don't know, every single slot machine in here, we'll be fine. Hello. Okay. Oh, have you? I'd like to see you try. Oh, god damn it, Kumbanda. I fuse you away one time and you decide you want to kill all of us. What a jerk. Yeah.
Your opponent is strong. Don't do anything reckless.
I hate to say it, but what was Kumbanda weak to again? I just had him in my party, man. I ignored him. That's why he's fighting me now. Hold on, I'm gonna check. Can listen to the battle music though while doing it. He's weak to ice. Well, then he can see my newest fusion technique. Behold the power of the Suling! They're not weak to ice. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so these are the guys that will use Wage War on you. Basically, it enrages your party. Now, they don't have any way of blocking your physical skills, if I recall correctly. But obviously, you don't want to keep Rage on for too long if you are in a fight with a persona like... I think later in the palace, we'll see Rangda is a persona that you can fight. And Rangda, it usually comes in with Kumbanda there, and Kumbanda will use Rage War, and Rangda repels physical attacks. So that's a problem, obviously. Do they repel nukes? They are weak to nukes, okay. Good to know. Though, I'm pretty sure they're not normally weak to nukes, but that's fine.
It looks like.
Yeah, looks like we're just gonna get smacked around by shadows all the time. Business as usual here. Maybe catching. Right. That's possible. Yep, so let's have a look around the slot room and see if we can... Yeah, we won't be playing the slot games until we rig it for ourselves, obviously, because it doesn't work out if you do, so... Yep. But if we make them all rigged to win for us, they could just, fling coins out and we could just grab them all over the floor. Okay, so we want to look for the highest limit slots because they have the best payouts, and if we rig the best payouts, then we'll get, obviously, the best possible payout. You're probably right, Conquer. Yeah, them being mid-bosses probably changed up their weaknesses. Good point. Okay, so let's go look for the best possible slot machines here and make that mad money. Where can I hide from this guy? What is this all about?
Hey.
This one's on standby. Okay, so we have to find another terminal that's not on standby. Okay, well keep in mind that this is here though, because it will be useful for something in a little while. Thankfully the game sort of does it for you. Jesus Christ, Playboy Bunny's in here now. The game sort of does it for you because it marks them as a check mark on your map, so.
Now's our chance. Beat him up.
Okay, and we've got Kushinada Hime here as well, weak to nukes, and you're weak to wind. Okay, that can all work in our favor. We don't have Morgana in the party, so let's handle the wind part. And then we'll let Makoto handle the nuke part.
Knocked him right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
You're mine.
Knocked him right off their feet.
Gotta give Pazuzu a chance to shine because he is capable of using wind himself in his little blurb there, so. Give him hell, Makoto. Bam!
We all did great, huh?
Nicely done.
Just like I thought.
Yes, I can break them as easily as I break wind. I love Gangrel. He's such a good Act 1 villain for Fire Emblem Awakening. He's just as ridiculous as the rest of the game, really. So, I like him a lot. I don't know if that's the general consensus about him or if I'm kind of alone in thinking that, but I like Gangrel a lot in Awakening. More than the other villains that you fight in the game, really. I feel like he's a strong Act 1 boss, and he kind of outshines the bosses from the other acts, really. He's just that good, in my opinion, in certain cases. Okay, so we can go a couple of different ways again. Let's try this way first. Why the hell not?
See a shadow.
Yeah, me too. Can we get to it? Nope, but likely it can't get to us anyway, so... Hee-hee! What did you say about me? What'd you call me? I don't know what she called me, but either way,
Go down.
I'll just explode them. Works for me. Spread the damage around, spread the love around. Use my transformer to all of its effect. Explode people.
Just like I thought.
Wasn't that bad as villain? Okay, well, I'm glad that somebody agrees with me. And Makoto and Haru get to level 50. And new skills! Alright, cool. Anne gets burn boost, which, if you're building her to be like a status person, like with Ambient Aid and Tentarafu and Dormina and stuff like that, it'll probably be good for her, but I didn't plan on building her for status, so we'll just get rid of it. Fire boost is better for her. But she'll get Miragi Dyne at 54, which will be a straight-up replacement for Miragi Yan. And then I think the skill after that she gets is Concentrate. So once we get to that, I'll probably get rid of Terrunda for Concentrate because it'll be useful. Actually, you know what? No, because what I'm probably going to get rid of instead is I'll probably get rid of Fire Boost, because there are accessories that you can purchase for Anne and for basically any of your party members that have elemental damage that increase the, basically give them the Fire Boost ability without them having to have it in their stock there. In Anne's case, though, because I have a certain DLC persona, there's a special accessory that she can get that will be pretty useful for her as well. I'll explain that when the time comes, but we don't need it just yet. Makoto also gets Fry Dyne to replace Frylo there, so that's good. Now she can blow people up with Ultima Nukes, because it looks like the Ultima spell from Final Fantasy VI. She gets Diarahan at 54, which will be her straight-up replacement for Diorama. I do plan on keeping Diarahan on her, just eventually, once I'm actually, through this part.
Right.
Huh? They weren't a big deal at all.
Oh, you got Yusuke into the party, but everybody's about level 10. It's a little lower, I think, than what I ended up having when I got to his palace. I think I was like 15 or 16 or something like that. I was still using personas that were slightly lower leveled, but yeah, it's it's just funny how little fighting that you have to actually bother doing in New Game Plus, because you already have all the good personas really, so you don't really need to worry about that. Do I need to switch anybody's skills here? I definitely need to switch Yusuke's skill. His Masuka Kaja, that is. Move it up like here. Yeah, that'll work. And his skill list is pretty much going to look almost exactly like this, except with slightly different physical and ice. And he'll get different ice skills. He'll get Bufudyne and Mabufudyne. He'll get different physical skills besides Deadly Fury. That's there to stay. And he'll get High Counter instead of Counter Strike eventually. But his skill list is going to look pretty much the same for the rest of the game, really. And again, the same can kind of be said of Ryuji, who's going to have, let's see, he'll have 2 physical skills, 2 electric skills, Materu Kaja, and eventually he gets Charge. So I'm going to replace Electric Boost with Charge, because he doesn't get Electric Amp, so he's not a good magical attacker. And I mean, even if he did get Electric Amp, he has 22 magic. I'm not going to use him for electrical attacks. I mean, you compare that to even just Morgana, you know what I mean? Morgana's got 34 magic, and he's not the best magical attacker out there, so he's still better, though, than Ryuji would be if I was using him for that. Let's place this up here. There we go. And, I think we're good other than that. Yeah, we're good other than that. Futaba's skills don't need to be moved around at all, so... Yeah, that makes sense then, Conquer. Especially like you said on New Game Plus, you don't really need to go for all of the fights, because you don't need to worry about all of the fights that much, because you've pretty much got all of the levels that you need in terms of the personas and the skills that you need, so you don't need to level up that much. So you can kind of just skip a lot of people and see if you can use your stealthy skills to sneak around everyone instead of using them to ambush everybody like this. Here we go again! I have to fire grenade launchers, even though we didn't need like a third of those bullets. Okay, Byakko, can you do it this time?
Go down.
Yep, definitely.
Don't forget this feeling.
No all attacks for us in that case, but it's okay. We didn't have the money reading, so we don't need that, definitely. Now we're level 51, so if I was to find a safe room, I could totally go fuse Set if I wanted to, and that would allow us to totally have access to gun damage. I might just do that, actually, since it'll give us access to gun damage. So I don't have Set on my list of things to do here, though, so I might have to look it up, and that'll mean I'll have to exit out of chat again, but that's okay. Oh, titty. Yeah, in New Game Plus, you can perform rather incredible feats like that, where you just totally destroy bosses way before they're even remotely threatening to you. You know what I mean? So it's pretty insane, some of the damage and stuff that you can do. What's in here? Uh-oh. Well, that's a real-world security guard, so we can't do much about this. Okay. Can't do anything in that room for right now, but we can go this way.
Focus.
Here. We can go down from here. Or we can go down there as well. Okay. Let's check out what's down here first. Enemy behind that door there. But if we go here... Ah!
Treasure chest. There must be something good inside.
Let's check the treasure chest then. Smoke-stained armor? Eh, not that great. But there's another terminal over here. And I think this one's on, so... No, not on. She's Anne, not on. Okay, this one's on standby. So this is the green terminal. So we need to go to the main terminal before we can access all of the smaller terminals. But as long as we're here, we can commit this to memory. You need to find all 4 of the terminals in order to have her rig anything, if I recall correctly. So let's go back this way first, and then we'll come back around this way, because I think this is the actual way you're supposed to go. Well, let's check what's down here before we do that.
I can feel it.
This is here. Another sapphire. Good. And there's another terminal for us.
I have something.
Anything up here? Nope, not likely. But here's another terminal.
Hey,
I see.
So we've got that one committed. Now we've got 3. 1 more to go. Oops. Thought there were stairs there. Nope, not quite. Not so fast. So we'll need to go up those stairs eventually, and then that should lead to those stairs that we didn't take back at the beginning there, as you can see. But it also leads to another room in the back, so we'll have to see what's in that back room once we're done here.
Show me your true form.
First, we got to beat these guys up, well, these girls, but it's okay. We're fine. We've got bullet hail and everything else that we've got, so it shouldn't be a big problem. And, I think Swift Strike a Go-Go.
You're mine.
Ooh, I got a crit. BAM! Nice.
beat it. All right, everyone. Good work, everyone.
Good job. How's everybody doing on experience, by the way? Let's have a look. Morgana's probably the most behind, yeah. So, Anne, Makoto, and Haru. I still can't believe I got Haru and Makoto to be exactly the same on experience. I gotta keep that way for, like, the rest of the game. Ryuji could use some experience. Actually, Ryuji and Yusuke are pretty close, too. So really, it's just Morgana. And I guess Akechi. But Ryuji is still ahead, and so is Yusuke. They're still ahead of the girls. So let's wait to do that, where we just put Morgana and Akechi in the party for now until we get the girls caught up with Ryuji and Yusuke. Okay, so that leads to a different room. This, where does this lead?
I can see it.
To a treasure. And that other staircase there. So you could have come back here a little bit easier, but you wouldn't have found the other terminals if you did, so... keep that in mind as well. Terminals are kind of important to find. Make sure you do that. Here's another terminal.
Hey,
I see.
Okay, so I think we have all 4 terminals now, and I'm pretty sure I can open this door by doing this, if I remember right. Yep. So there's your shortcut to get back through here. And now let's go up these stairs and then reconnect back in the other direction there. Of course, there's a shadow in the way, but we'll take care of that. So I can get to him before he
I'll
turns
reveal
around.
your
Yep,
true form.
there we go. No challenge, yeah. Sometimes there's not a whole lot to oppose you in these cases there, Tibaltus. Okay, so let's see. Commanda is weak to ice, but we also have Ose who's weak to light, so maybe let's give this a shot.
Ravage them.
knocked him right
Nice.
off
What can I use to beat you up then? I mean, I suppose I could just smack you up with the most powerful attacks that I have. How about you, Haru?
All right, yes. On to the next.
How about you triple down on them? Ow.
Keep that up.
Well, Counter-Strike kind of sucks, but that's okay. We're good. And what do you propose, Osei? Join my cause then, if you're not going to fight me anymore. I don't like Osei's design in this game. I like his design better in the older Persona games, if I'm being honest with him. He just kind of looks derpy in this game a little bit. In older Persona games, he looks like fierce and menacing and stuff, but in this one, not so much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right about that, Conquer. So, but we've got them. I think we've got them all now, if I remember right. So that'll kind of help us to not have to worry about it in the future. Yeah, let's smoke a cig real quick, and then we can continue onward. Oop, that one's the thing. This is the thing too. So let's grab this, and then we'll keep going. No more enemies to deal with. So let's just go into that back room and see what we can find back there.
Focus.
I think I already got that, so we're good. We're good in that regard.
Focus.
More back rooms to find. So let's see what's back here. Kind of like a depressed king from Tekken. I'll be honest with you. I know who you're talking about, but I can't. I can picture him. He's the jaguar-looking dude who looks like he's on steroids, right? If I remember right. I haven't played Tekken probably since like the Sega Dreamcast days, if I remember right. Was there one on Sega Dreamcast? I don't quite remember. If there was, that was the last one I played. Okay, so this is where the best odds are, and yes, there's the big slot machine in the back there. If you play it one time, you get 5,000 coins, which is helpful. But first, obviously, you gotta deal with the potential enemies that are gonna lambast us here. Damn Playboy bunnies. It figures, but you know. Figures they'd have them in the casino if they're gonna have them anywhere, but still kind of ridiculous. Mexican wrestling Tiger Man, gotcha. That sounds badass. Valkyrie Go-Go. We got a bullet hail, might as well. Bah! Get away from me!
Just like I thought.
Tekken and Virtua Fighter. Oh, you owned a Saturn? Okay, yeah, I never personally owned a Sega Saturn myself. So, no experience there. Not very experienced in fighting games in general, if I'm being honest. I'm not very good at them. They're probably, between those and real-time strategy games, those are the games that I'm the worst at. Oh, God. Come here. I didn't realize he was right there, but that's okay. We'll be good.
It's powerful. If you're gonna try to beat it, be careful.
Oh, we'll be fine. We have,
Calm down.
actually, we don't have wind directly in our party like this, so we do have psionic skills, though, so I could just, I don't want to do this. Because I think you resist physicals, so doing that to Queen Mob might be a problem. Here's what we'll do. Well, no, I can't bring Morgana in the party without lopsiding somebody's experience. Well, you know what? We could just do this. We'll just do it this way. We'll bring up Azuzu. We'll Garula the Queen Mob. And then we'll just pass to Haru and have her knock down the Ganeshas. That should work. I mean, the Baton Pass will increase her power as well, so, and the auto Terukaja that everybody's got now from the auto Materu will really help us, so. Yeah, that'll do. We might actually kill them with the Baton Pass boost as well, so let's see. Come on, Haru! Yeah, that killed them. But we might get a reinforcement, so. That's fine.
But don't let your guard down.
Who goes next? Okay, so Saizo goes next, and then I'll bet you the enemies go after that. I guess just get prior damage. That'll be fine. There we go. That nuke boost is really helping her.
Super move. Ultra.
Ooh! I like that. Very nice.
Let's go.
Welp, let's see. So bless attacks don't work on Valkyrie, but I'll tell you what works is curse attacks will work. So, well, the only thing though is that Garula's going to be the only ultra charged move that we have because of concentrate being there. So, let's just spam Swift Strike like a shill. Bam! Didn't even need all 3 hits, man.
Okay.
Destruction. We got more liquid mercury if you needed it. And Futaba's level 51, that's good. The girls are probably ahead of the guys now, which is also fine.
I feel like I need more.
That's because you need more experience. Haru, you're not level 99 yet, so... Well, we got Osei in that last one, so I guess he's okay. He's not great, though. I don't like his skill set. I mean, he's got good strength and agility if you cared to have him, but didn't we have a better physical persona at his level anyway, so it was kind of like, eh. Plus, he didn't really fuse out into any of the other stuff that I actually cared about fusing, so... It's funny, though. I've already forgotten which personas we had like 10 levels ago. It's pretty bad. I'm sorry if any of them were invaluable to our victory. It's, Hecaton Kairez was the one that we had, basically, at the level where we could have fused him, 42. So, yeah, the power of our stand was probably a little bit better than Osei could have offered. Well, anyway, we dealt with the Playboy Bunny and her really pissed off guard friend, so let's just head over to the big slot and see what we can do with it. Nice shaker, thank you.
Somewhere.
Anything over here to grab? Nope. Yeah, that can be a problem, Conquer, if there are people that are confused. It definitely doesn't really take into account the fact that people could be confused in the party, because then they can kind of kill each other if they are ultra charged. So, yeah, don't want that. Yep, one play costs 5,000 coins, which incidentally we have exactly one play's worth of, but the payout of 777 gets us 50,000 coins. So yes, we'll get everything we need in one fell swoop.
Do you
Yeah.
have a moment?
So that means we gotta rig this big old slot machine. Yep, in order to do this from here. Alright. So let's search around, see if we can find a way to manipulate this slot machine, and then we'll just play it, grab the 50,000 coins, grab the high limit member card, and we'll head upstairs. Okay, yeah, let's check it out. Probably more enemies back here too, but oh, it actually wants me to go up the other stairs. Okay, fine. I'll go up the other stairs. Anybody around? Yep. There's a dude right here. Oh, I don't think he can see me directly if I go like this. Is he coming around the other way? Maybe. I feel like I should go and check on him. I'm gonna watch where he's going first, though. Oop. Here he comes. Here they come. I don't know if it's...
Excellent.
Okay,
It's
here she
treasure
comes.
I'll reveal your
Good
true
lord,
form.
man. We go from rigging dice games to mounting Playboy bunnies. This game just keeps getting better and better, man. Kikuri Hime is weak to nukes, right? So
Azuzu, go down.
Knocked him right off their feet. Nice, Joker.
oh no, she's weak to fire. My bad. What am I thinking of?
On to the next.
Nah, whatever. You'll null that, but that's fine because we're gonna knock over the other two, so that's no big deal. Gotcha. And that'll still give us a hold up. And I don't need you to join because you're not my queen, mob.
They're done.
Yes, definitely phrasing, Conqueror. I know. Is anybody keeping a phrasing count? Or, like, clipping those? I feel like it would make a good clip show if we just clipped all of the issues with phrasing that I've had over the course of this playthrough. I feel like that'd be a big endeavor, though, to clip all of the phrasing issues that we've had, because that's a lot. That is definitely a lot. Ooh, we can get up this way. Nice, nice. I wonder if we can get up on the other side, too. There's a ghillie vest. Not that we need that, but, you know, it's there. Yeah, no, definitely couldn't have phrased that any better, Conquer. I knew what I was saying that time, so... It's, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing that we need there. 41. Okay, so you're getting closer. Not quite to where Morgana needs to be yet, but we'll get there. Is this the main terminal? Excuse me. Take a look at it, Futaba. See what you can find. Not from this one. Okay. So let's go find the ones that we've got. We need to switch on the red and green ones. Okay, that's fine. So there's one near the entrance to the area. We remember the red one was right at the beginning of the area. And then there's one in the staff passageway somewhere. Now, I gotta remember which one's the green one. I think the green one is the one that wasn't in that little basement hallway where we, like, jumped down into, because the blue one and the orange one were down there, if I remember right. Or blue and yellow, I don't remember exactly what they were. But let's look. So, that's the entrance. No, I don't want to go there. So not that one in that bottom right corner. The one near the entrance there is the red one. It's not the two in the bottom there, so it's probably that one up near the top of the staff passageway, back towards the entrance. So it's not that far, actually. And since we've basically cleared everything out from here, we should be good to go to get back, unless they respawned everything. Which, I mean, is fine. It doesn't matter. I can kick their asses again. No problem. But I would prefer not to, if possible. They did respawn everything, but that's okay, because we're going this way, so we don't need to worry about that guy. Or girl. This is blue, so it's not the green one, so we don't want to hit that one. The red one's definitely back at the entrance, but there's also definitely going to be somebody in the way. There's the Playboy Bunny. Let's go like this. There we go. Ambush? Yep, there we go.
Your true form.
Camera freaked out a little bit. Ambush anyway. That's like the phrase of the game, basically. There, Stick Tree. The game, it has its weird moments, and then you're like, oh well, it's probably not going to get any weirder than this. It does. It definitely does get weirder. Yes, fixed phrasing, also good. Thank you. Thank you for fixing the phrasing on that. I appreciate that. Also, how you doing? Welcome back. Appreciate you coming back to check out the stream again. As with everyone who is in the stream, I appreciate y'all coming back, checking out the stream again. It does my heart some good, I think. There's no medicine or science explaining that, but anecdotal evidence suggests that my heart is better when people come back to check the stream again. Dead from work? Oh, yeah, I feel that on a spiritual level, man. I definitely feel that one. Because long days at work or stressful days at work are the worst. Okay, so we got the red one. Beat B to B, and we'll get that one done. Thank you. So now we just got to find the green one. And, where's the green one? I think the green one is that one that's down there, actually, the one in the bottom right corner. Oh yeah, if you haven't seen the first, probably, I think that was the original phrasing clip that we posted on YouTube there, where it was me fighting the head of Mara. Ugh, phrasing again, but it was me fighting the head of Mara, and that was the worst possible phrasing I think that we've ever seen so far in the game. How can I get to this thing without fighting anybody? I don't think I can. So let's just fight this person. Well, God. Almost got into an ambush on that one. Yes, Omara. Yep. That's the gist of it. Makoto gets her turn next, so... I don't know, man. Let's just use some of our SP for no reason. Why the hell not? Let Horus have a chance to use Masuka Kaja. He's not going to keep Masuka Kaja later on because I'm going to have Yusuke for that, so we'll give him other skills later on, but that will replace that. But you are weak to Frydyne, so let me just nuke you. And then we'll use Sayo on the Ganesha with Haru, and we will probably kill it. Because Baton Pass boost. She'll get Sayodyne soon anyway, and then that will remedy the fact that she isn't able to kill a lot of things with just regular old Sayo. Yeah, Mara is Mara, so it's like the situation that we just had with the phrasing where there was no way that I could possibly have phrased that saying any better than I did. So. At least it's not the whole Mara. That would be That would be something else. That would be another one where I'm like, well, you know, Twitch might ban me for this. I don't know, though. A lot of people have done the end game of Persona 5, and I don't think Twitch has banned them for it. Okay, so that's the yellow one. We don't want the yellow switch. I feel like I'm looking for the Switch Palaces in Super Mario World all of a sudden. What the hell? Here we go, I think. No, that's blue. There's the green one. All right. Let's get this one. Hold on. What's up?
How about this?
So you want to make it so that that one, yes, always wins for us, the one in the very back. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's see if Futaba can muster it. Who am I kidding? She's going to muster it. She's the best damn hacker in the business. Okay, cool. The giant one's still only on an 8-to-2 ratio, though, huh? Okay.
Hey.
Should be fine isn't a good idea, Akechi. I don't know. I feel like almost we should go back to the save room just to make sure that we save it before we do this. Well, true. Mara isn't flesh-colored, so yeah, that would make sense. It wouldn't. They wouldn't probably bother with it since it's, you know, green. I'll have to keep an eye out for that if I ever play any other SMT games. I've been playing Nocturne a little bit on and off lately. I actually managed to accomplish my goal in Nocturne, which was to get to the Demonic Compendium. You do have to fight that one boss in order to get to the Demonic Compendium, though, first. But I managed to beat that one boss without too much difficulty. So, but I'm not going to play it anymore because I'm going to play it on the stream at some point. I also have plans to play Digital Devil Saga 1 and 2, but other than that, I don't know if I want to play any other SMT games. I feel like I could play 4 and 4 Apocalypse if I can get that 3DS emulator to work, but I don't know. Anyway, let's explore some more because I'm going to go back to the safe room. Those odds are good, but not in my favor enough for me to not be like, well, maybe I should save first since I want to keep things moving. If it was 10-0, okay, fine, then I would have no reason to go back and save. But even if it was like 9-1, I'd be like, well, forget it. I'll take risks on some things, but not all things. And I don't think the enemies will respawn. And even if they do, we could probably just sneak past them. No big deal. That could have been us right there, that guy losing again, so... But we only have one chance at this, so I don't feel like going and playing a whole bunch of other games in order to make sure that we get enough
We've
money.
reached a safe room.
So let's save,
Just add this.
and then we'll go from there.
Roger.
And once we win at the rigged slot, we'll have enough coins to buy the high limit floor card, and then we can go from there. Let's see if the enemies respawned or not. Yes, they did. Fine. It's fine. We can just go like this and wait till we see where she's going. And slide right by her like this. Okay, didn't slide right by her. I guess we should probably run, huh? Bye! Man, she's really chasing me, isn't she? See ya! They chase you forever, don't they? That's okay. And now we got to get up to that machine, but obviously the enemies have respawned again, so we're going to have to work on that. If she goes down that aisle, it might be okay. Yeah, we're good. Let's go. Alright. Let's give this a shot.
Right.
Well, yeah, I'm sure. We just saved, so we'll be good. Come on, 777. Come on, convenience store, don't fail me now. Okay, and... Ba-da-ba-bum. All right, cool. Well, I guess I do have halfway decent luck. How are we going to carry all these things? Oh my god. Ha! No, I think that's just enough for Yuji, actually. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right there, Conquer. If you enter into a new room, they'll respawn.
Hey,
We should probably... Yeah, we should probably leave. Right, yep. As soon as we win, we get it on our card, so we're good. What, you want to use it again?
yes.
Yeah, we have enough there, Akechi. It's fine. We'll be good. So yeah, let's get the high limit card. And yes, let's go right back because I don't feel like dealing with the enemies that just chased us halfway across the palace, so... What's our current level of... Oh, okay, 9%, that's fine. Yeah, that's not going to be a big deal at all. So... Yeah, you're probably right, Conquer. They probably respawn when there's a screen transition, so... Okay, let's buy the high limit card and get out of here. Very nice. Yep, up to the next floor. Yeah, I think you did a good job, Akechi. Your thinking, your lines of logic were actually fairly helpful in getting us all that stuff. Who the heck is this broad? Do we have people for this? I think we do. I think if I remember what this mini-boss is, it's not weak to anything in particular, so I think we'll be okay. I mean, I could probably just use, like, Abysmal Surge on it or something. I don't know if that's actually effective, though, so we might end up just, like, using Valkyrie or that sort of thing to get, you know, like, Rakunda and then charge and go from there. Yeah, suddenly Brooklyn! Sometimes my Italian accent comes out for no reason. That one was intentional, but sometimes it just totally happens, and I don't even have control over it. So it's just a part of my biology, I think. Okay, then let's fight. You want to fight? I'll give you a fight.
What a clever trick.
Well, you know, I'm resourceful, I'd like to
Really
think.
followed your rules.
About that, we're changing that little by little there, Sai.
It appears both the Sai-san of the real world and that of this world are at their wits' end.
Apparently so.
I think our guest will be leaving now.
You'll have to escort me out, and trust me, you won't be escorting me out.
You're the only one who's gonna be leaving, Black Suit.
Damn, Ryuji, that's a little racist, don't you think?
Things would have been so much simpler.
I mean, half of us have black suits on anyway, so... Ah, Norn, we meet again. So this is Norn. She's not weak to anything in particular, and she will heal herself if she gets low on HP back to full. So you want to do as much damage as you possibly can to her in a single round. So that's why we're going to do some charging, I think. Yeah, let's do some charging.
All right.
Oh, do you, Conquer? Yeah. Just force a habit, that's all. Well, you can't charge anything, so let's just Meteorama. Top people off. Actually, I only needed to top off Haru there, so... And she got topped off anyway, so we're good. Well, actually, I could start attacking now that this is happening here, so let's try triple down. Ooh, nice crits. This'll help. Nice. We might actually kill her with that crit, so... I love random crits. This battle was rigged. And go ahead and finish her off. I don't need to use that charge. But yeah, if you don't kill her in a single round, she will heal herself back to full. So just make sure you do that. And obviously don't bring Ryuji with you because he'll be knocked over by the wind spells that she has, unless he dodges it with Evade Wind. So that could be helpful, but yeah. True, very true there, Conquer. That's very true. I think we just beat them, Sai, so I think you're incorrect. Well, that's a very shitty way of looking at that. I mean, they're criminals, but they're people too, Sai. Man, she's really going all out with this. We're gonna rig the shit out of everything you've ever done, isn't she?
Are you serious, sis? Why won't you answer me?
She's probably not listening to you, Makoto.
Mako-chan.
Kind of like in real life. No, that's kind of mean, actually. So the manager's floor must be above the high limit floor then, huh? Okay.
She thinks the trials which shape the
Joker's is
outcomes
the
of
best, yeah.
people's
I don't
lives.
think I have the Maid and Butler DLC downloaded, so I might have to, well, I have a plan for all of the other outfits that I have for DLC that are downloaded, like, we're not going to use the normal outfits for the next palace. We're going to use one of the DLC ones, and then the final DLC that I have downloaded is going to be for our last day in Mementos, where we finish out all of the missions that we have in Mementos and get to the end of Mementos. There's another DLC that I have downloaded for that one as well, so we'll do that one. Deep down, possibly, Akechi?
Size on herself.
Well, you didn't hear it from herself. You heard it from her shadow, which is, I mean, the deep down but also warped version of her distortion in real life. So
Completely distorted. We have to stop her quickly.
okay, well, we'll save her then. Let's all do this together, just like normal.
We all feel the same way. There's no time to waste.
Yeah, that is
Mentioned
pretty
something about
stylish
a
there.
manager's floor, right?
Even if you give him Arsene's cane, he's basically Penguin from the Batman series, so that's pretty cool. I mean, unfortunately, there's no umbrella for him to use, but I think maybe Yusuke gets an umbrella. If I want to say that he does, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's Persona 4 I'm thinking of, where the main character gets an umbrella as a weapon. I don't remember.
Let's try heading up there. We'll change Nijima-san's heart for sure.
Right, so if we make it to the manager's floor, we'll find the treasure, and then we'll go from there. Or Mr. Peanut. Yes, that's true, Drukers. Yep, he would look like Mr. Peanut as well. Okay. So let's use our high limit card. So now we can go upstairs again, or up the elevator, as it were. But we still can't go to the manager's floor, unfortunately. Okay. So yep, up to the high limit floor we go. And there's a few things to do on the high limit floor, so we'll have plenty of stuff to do when we get up there. Or the high rate floor, as the elevator calls it. Hello there.
Out of the way.
We have a high limit floor card. Here you go.
Beyond this point is the high limit floor.
Yep.
Do you have a reservation?
We have a card. Does that count as a reservation?
I said out of the way!
Ryuji, let me do this. I can smooth this out a little bit.
We shouldn't cause a scene.
I mean, why not? We just did on the members floor.
Do you have a reservation?
I guess not.
Seems there is some kind of requirement we must meet before we can access this high-limit floor.
So I'll be honest with you. I said honestly that the plot and the the stuff in the palaces goes up and up as we go from here. This is kind of an ass pull, if I'm being honest with you. This like, oh well, we need to make a reservation, quote unquote, just to get to the high limit floor. But I guess I can let it slide.
We got the coins?
I do like this palace stuff, but they just blindside you with this. They're like, all of a sudden they're like, hey, did you wait too long to do this palace? Too bad. you gotta exit out in order to get and make a reservation, quote unquote, in order to get back in.
I can't imagine how, though.
Her cognition. Essentially, Sai-san needs to think of us as being allowed to enter, correct?
Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense.
This casino is the courthouse in reality.
Yeah, pretty much there, Stick Tree. Sai changed the rules. You broke the rules! Yeah, it's kind of, like I said, it's kind of random, it's kind of an ass pull, but
So that floor must be a place only authorized personnel are given access to.
So how are we going to become authorized personnel at the courthouse,
I
though?
would say it has to be the courtroom.
So get into the courtroom and we get into this part of the palace? Is that what you're saying?
You really are an ace detective.
Well, I guess that would make
You seem
sense.
to understand the workings of the cognitive world so quickly.
Yeah, I guess that kind of comes with the territory, Yusuke. He is, like you said, he's an investigator and a detective, so he has to think these things through for other cases on a daily basis. Not to this extreme, obviously, but if he has that kind of deductive mind, he probably just applies it to everything, so.
Well, I was just like that too, right?
Just like what, Ryuji? Like the kind of deductions? I feel like I should be a good friend and just say I don't remember.
I had the hardest time trying to get you to understand, Ryuji.
Okay, well, at least I didn't say it.
Maybe you just sucked at explaining.
Oh god, here we go
That
again.
aside, how are we going to get into the courtroom? Ryuji, go piss off the police.
Oh my god.
Hell no!
We just need to attend a trial.
Okay.
Still, how are we supposed to know which trials my sister will be attending?
Good question.
Leave that to me. I have some connections that come to mind.
Oh, okay.
I'll contact you once I manage to arrange a time.
Alright, sounds good.
We should return to the real world for today, though. Well, see you all at the courtroom.
Alright, so I guess we're done for today in the palace. Yeah, well, we probably could do it if Ryuji went and pissed off the police there, so... yeah, let's head back. Can't do anything else on this floor for right now, so... Okay, so we're back here. I could go fuse Set right now if I so chose, but we'll fuse him the next time we come into the palace there, basically. So, how's everybody doing on experience, by the way, now? I think you're ahead of... no, not quite ahead of Ryuji and Yusuke there. I mean, that's fine, though. They don't need to be ahead of Ryuji and Yusuke. I do need to get Morgana back into the party at some point, though, so we'll worry about that in a little bit. Probably when we're fighting a bunch of random shadows that are a little easier to fight, we'll do it. Or, I mean, I could always just wait till the next time we go into Mementos to get his level back up again. But anyway, yeah, so we're done with the palace for right now, so let's save right here. And when we get out of the palace, we need to go see Oya because we got an affinity reading with her earlier in the last, before we came in here. I think that was the last stream. So that means that we'll be able to answer her questions and be able to get to rank 9 with her after this time. So, yeah, let's regroup. We'll figure this all out, and I believe, if I recall correctly, Akechi will get you access to the courtroom tomorrow in the game, so we'll be going back tomorrow. And I think what it does is it totally eats it eats the daytime slot basically. So as soon as you go to bed tonight, the next day you're gonna go and attend the trial and then immediately jump back into the palace, if I remember right. So
Joker.
yeah, you'll have to make sure that you know that, because basically when you're going into this palace, plan on doing it for 2 days in game. Don't plan anything during the day the next day, because you're probably not going to be able to do anything. If I remember right, anyway. But we did all of our fusions, so that's good. It's evening, so let's get a massage from Kawakami, then we'll go see Oya, and we can rank her up to rank 8. What fortuitous timing! Well, she's probably warming up for when she takes us all down, so... Right. Well, she's probably got a ton of cases that she's got to deal with, so... Oh, is it lagging a bit on your side? Let me see if I dropped any frames. Hold on a sec. 203 frames dropped, so I dropped about 3.5 seconds worth of frames, almost. Well, 3 1/3. So, that's not good. I wonder what that was all about. Yeah, but you guys might be a little bit more behind. I guess you could maybe try to refresh the page, see if that helps at all. Yeah, it's a little bit cold to say that when her sister's right in the chat room, Akechi. Not gonna lie. Okay, so yeah, so tomorrow during the daytime, our daytime slot will be eaten up by going to the palace again, so we'll work on that.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, exactly. So we'll head straight to the palace and we'll go from there. But first, before we do anything else, let's see here. Okay, so we just need to, we don't need to worry about the plant tonight. We'll worry about the plant tomorrow night when we're done with the palace, so.
What?
Oh, internet's been a bit wonky and you're not seeing anything off on your end about this? Okay. Gotcha. It might just be on your end then, Conquer. Which is not good for you, but,
How's the pressure, Master?
well, yeah, you're pressing on my spine like crazy.
Master? Oh.
Okay, so now we can go out again at night. Alright, later, Kawakami. Tibaltus, if you're wondering what just happened, it's kind of a long story. Sometimes it's better not to ask those sorts of questions. Just in case you were thinking about asking why the heck I just got a maid to give me a massage.
Nice.
It's a long story. Though you've seen Yakuza 0, so you're probably kind of aware that things can get a little crazy. Yeah, that's basically it right there. Because Persona, yeah, basically. Because Persona, because Japan, I mean, it all sort of works. Anyway, we can go out at night again now, so let's go see Oya, and we'll work on her confidant ranks there. Tibalta, since you haven't, I don't know how much experience you've had with seeing this game previously, but I'll give you the lowdown. Outside of running through dungeons, killing shadows, doing all that stuff, you can hang out with people in the real world and increase the ranks of their confidants there. Ranking them up will increase the amount of experience that you get with the personas that you fuse in the arcana that they're of, and it will also give you access to the character's story. So it's sort of like some of the side quests that you can do in Yakuza 0, except instead of it being side quests with some of the side characters and everything, like the ones where there's recurring characters. So instead of that, there's recurring characters, but they're like main characters, and it's a main part of the quest. It's like, I kind of want to say it's almost like half of the game by the time everything's said and done, so is hanging out with confidants and stuff. It's not bad, though. The characters are pretty good, so. I should probably, though, be wearing one of those sickness masks so that I don't breathe in any germs. I don't want to go to the palace sick or anything. And again, this isn't Persona 3 where you can actually get sick in the game, and then that has a negative effect on your performance in the palace. So, and it appears that our homeless dude is gone. I don't know where he went. That's kind of sad. I hope he's okay. Yeah, Operation Maid Watch, that's it. There you go, Tibaltus. That's a good way to look at it. It's a good game, though, so if you have a PS4, I would, and you're interested in, like, Japanese RPGs or more turn-based RPGs, I would recommend it. It's pretty damn good. I can definitely attest to how good it is, so. Chihaya's over there. We'll help her out in a little while, but not just yet. For tonight, we're going to go see Oya because we got to manage this carefully. She is available tonight, right? Yes, she is. Okay, Chihaya's not even available to see tonight, but tomorrow she is. So tomorrow we'll go and give the good news about the Mementos request to Chihaya, but Oya needs to know tonight, so. Hello there! We have Pazuzu as well, so that plus the affinity reading will make it easy to get her to rank 8 and ready for rank 9, I think. Let's find out. Probably should have saved it before doing this, but it's okay. I saved it right before we exited the palace. So if the palace, excuse me. So if I have to, I can just reload.
Come on, sit.
All right. That's a good way of doing it, I think, Tibaltus. Typically I do that myself with a lot of consoles, but it was kind of fortuitous timing. We ended up all, I think this was like, I want to say it was not Christmas this past year, but the year before. All my brothers and I all agreed to ask for a PS4 for Christmas, and my parents were kind enough to get that for us as basically our only gift. So if I remember right, I think that's how we did it. So it was a nice gift for them to get us. It was probably like the last big gift that I think we're ever going to get for Christmas from them. So it was a nice little farewell gift. Now we basically get like smaller stuff, you know what I mean? Because we don't need that much. We all have, income basically. So it's, yeah. Yes, I share the PS4 with my siblings. And when I move out of the house eventually, I will be, I still live in my parents' house currently, but when I move out of the house, I'll be having to purchase my own, obviously, in order to play some of the games that I want to play. We'll worry about that when the time comes, though. That's not going to be for a little while yet. So I'm definitely planning on moving out of here before I'm 30, that's for sure, but that still gives me a ton of time, probably more time than I need. I'm currently 27, so I'll make sure I keep you guys in the loop about it, that's for sure. Yeah, no, it's a good, I mean, I know you didn't mean it as a bad thing. I know what you meant. But yeah, it's a good gift. It was a good gift that they got us. But yes, I do share it with my siblings, and I don't plan on taking it with me because that wouldn't be right if I took it with me without paying them for it anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is to Baltus. I'm just trying to make sure I save up money. Tough when I'm going back to school as well to save up money, but once I'm done with that, then I can really start racking up the cash so that I have that little nest egg for myself for when I move out. He's concerned with your health all of a sudden? Oh, really? Well, that's good news. Maybe he thought about it thoroughly and was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have let her, you know, get so far off the beaten path there to where she hates me. Or maybe he had his heart changed, never know. I think he reflected on it. I don't know. Gotcha, Conker. Well, that's good though. You know, you're trying to do, you know, as long as you keep trying to do all of those things, it'll eventually all work out. Work out for all of us, basically, once we eventually move out. There you go. That's good, Tibaltus. That's good. I'm planning on moving out of state currently as well. I live in New York State, Western New York currently, but I don't want to stay here. I've been here all my life, and it's kind of, it's lost its appeal for me. I want to move out west, really, somewhere. I got a couple of leads. My cousin is a principal in California, and my roommate from college, who is occasionally on the streams here for the four there, he lives out in Oregon. So I can always, you know, just pay them to board me for a few weeks to just head out that way, see if I can figure something out in those cases, and then try also to land on my feet. So yeah. Time to move west. Go west, young. What's the saying? I don't remember. Go west, young something. I don't know. But that's my plan eventually. I did. Well, actually, maybe I should be coy about it. I can't remember. What's the other good news? Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah, I know it'll be expensive. I know it'll be an expensive endeavor, but I think I'll be okay. I've got some money that I've got put away to where I can't touch it right now. It's in stocks and bonds and stuff right now, so it's kind of in limbo right now because with the fluctuation of the stock market currently, it's not making me a whole lot of money. But ideally, by the time I move out, it will have made its return on interest. Right now, it's in the negative in terms of its return on interest. But ideally, by the time I move out, it'll have made its return on interest and then a little more. And then I can add that to whatever I've saved up from working in the interim, and then I'll have a nice little nest egg. I'm pushing for about $10,000 to $12,000 of a nest egg to have before I move out, and I'm already at least halfway there, more than halfway there with the amount of funds that I have saved up in stocks and bonds and in my savings account. I've got like I'm probably more than halfway there, so I think that'll help out. Yeah, no, I know that part. I don't plan on going too far south into California. She's a principal in Northern California. I think. I gotta call her and ask about that. But I'm pretty sure she's a principal in Northern California, so that should help a little bit. Oh, you live? Yeah, that's right. You do. You live in California, so yeah, you'll definitely, you definitely know how that goes. Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad that she's alive. That's a good. Got to be, music to your ears too. Yeah, where is she? Oh. Well. Yeah, that would make sense, I suppose. Of how she ended up in that kind of a mental state? Wow. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah, you kind of... I feel like you kind of need to go. Kaio is your friend, So, Kaio's a he, isn't he, though? I don't know. Kaio's your friend, though, and even in the state that they're in right now, I feel like you personally need to go and see them just to see if you can make a difference with them. You know, even if they don't remember, or if they have a hard time dealing with the fact that you're, you know, an old friend from before whatever mental state that they got into, you need to go and see them. And it's not like you to just kind of chicken out on that. Okay, good. We can get to rank 9. Holy crap. I was worried about that. Okay. Well, that's reassuring. That's reassuring, because to be honest with you, I'm leaning at this point. I'm leaning more towards the Oregon thing. I mean, I know my cousin is family. That's not really the point that I'm worried about. I would feel better, honestly, kind of boarding up with my roommate from college, because I feel like, and obviously I'll have to ask him permission for all of this at some point and see if he's cool with it. But I'm leaning more towards the Oregon thing, because I feel like it would be cooler, which is not like I'm not a big fan of like it being really hot outside. I know that some parts of California it's kind of moderately warm all year round, but I also know that it kind of extends upwards up the coast a little bit if you stay in kind of the areas near the desert, the area that's considered a desert in like Washington State and Oregon State and everything like that. But I've already practically lived like boarded with my roommate for a full year, so I'm kind of, you know, I guess I'm more comfortable with that than I am asking a favor of family almost. There's a lot of funky people in that state. Yeah, I don't mind funky people. That's fine. I can probably get to know some people. I'm not too bad about getting to know people, so I think I'll be okay. Well, that's okay. Oh yeah, I mean it's okay to be fearful of these sorts of things, because it's a lot. You know, all of a sudden your friend is alive, but in a condition that's not even close to what they were the last time you saw them. So it's a lot to deal with, but. Yeah, there you go. That's the spirit. Okay, Kaio's a she. Never mind. No problem, Tabaltus. No problem. It's a conversation I keep needing to have with myself, though, about going, because I know it's important and everything like that, but sometimes I kind of doubt myself in terms of, like, you know, can I actually do this and all of that stuff. But I usually, after some, you know, reassurance and looking at, well, you know, I'll have this and this and this to do, and then I can just kind of, you know, try to make it work. But I usually am able to just reassure myself, yeah, it's worth doing. It's worth, you know, trying to figure things out on my own. So. Right. You got to live up to your name there, oh yeah, so. Are you going back to school? Is that what you're trying to tell me? But anyway, for learning about Oya's friend Kaio and their current condition, but also reassuring Oya that she will be alright if she goes to see them, we get rank 8 of the Devil Confidant.
Alright.
Cool. So that takes care of that. Well then, just be careful, Oya. I mean, it's... Yeah, so you've just got 2 assignments now. You've got the Kaio investigation, and you've got the Phantom Thieves bits. So we'll have to come back and give you some more stuff to do with that. But we'll do that later. And again, if you needed it at this point, there's 3 more charm for you. I mean, I guess if you did more of Oya's Confidant earlier in the game, you might need it, but we've been maxed out for a month now, so it's not even a big deal. And I think we'll max out Oya's Confidant fairly early on into the next thing. Let's see, that's rank 9, rank 10. Yeah, I mean, not super early, but early enough. Max out before Mishima's, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Mr. Inui, what do you have to say for yourself today? Well, if people look at us in a shady way, they might change the reruns to, yeah, set the trend, basically, or to follow trends. Is that 1 billion yen in that time period or this time period? Because if that was 1 billion yen in that time period, holy shit, man. That's a lot of money.
Do you know the answer?
What did they do to his appearance? I feel like the wear a costume one would be right, but they also could have shaved his head, I think. I'm gonna look it up. They didn't put makeup on him. Oh, okay. Well, who was it? Nezumi Kozo. How am I supposed to know that, man? Well, we'll find out in a second if there's a way that I'm supposed to know that.
Very good.
Oh my god. So they dressed him in drag to execute him? That kind of... Oh my god. So they had to... Well, I guess they didn't technically dress him in drag. Kimonos can... Or maybe... No, I'm thinking of yukatas. Kimonos, I think, are exclusively, like, female clothing in Japan, if I recall correctly. Which would mean that if it was a dude, he was dressed in drag, right? I think that's how it would work.
Nice going.
I think I'm just fumbling at this point. Let's just take the answer. Go from there.
All right.
Of course, the fact that I just hung out with Oya and Lala-chan probably should have clued me into that one, but whatever. Yeah, that's a good point, Conquer. He probably was supposed to study, which we basically don't ever do, so... It's okay, though. I have rank 5 knowledge, so I'll ace all the exams anyway. Apparently, even if I get an answer wrong, I'll still ace the exams. It's kind of gruesome. Well, I only got to deal with it for a few more days, Morgana, so don't worry about it. We'll be good. Meanwhile, inside the courtroom. Ah, we have access. So does this mean we're going straight to the palace from in here, or what?
Courtroom is like.
Just being here causes my body to tense up.
Well, yeah, but at least we're on this side of the barricade there. If we were on the other side of the barricade, we'd be in a little more trouble.
I'm shocked that Nijima-san could think of somewhere this solemn as a casino.
Well, it's probably because it's rigged, Haru, so...
So Makoto's sis is that lady who's overflowing with the aura of a capable woman.
Yeah, something like that, Futaba.
By the way, what's this trial about? A politician who decided to make personal use of government funds?
Better not be Yoshida, holy crap. Actually, no, he wouldn't do that after his confidant. So, it might be, what's his face's grandson, though, the one that tried to meet with us to sway us to his party's side when we were doing Yoshida's confidant, though.
I read about that in a magazine. He went on a vacation with his mistress to some fancy hot springs.
I don't think this person ever comes back up, though. I think it's just kind of used as a device to get us into the courtroom.
Aren't politicians supposed to be loaded? Why'd he mess with our tax money?
Because money talks, Ryuji. Money is a very powerful instigator for people to do things. So yeah, that's kind of her thing, though. She sort of that's her way of sitting. Although I'll be honest with you, this is gonna sound disgusting, but I don't know how she sits there like that and doesn't have to go to the bathroom all the time. Because like, I would if I sat like that all day. I'd have to go to the bathroom constantly because it just the posture basically would make me feel that way. Yeah, well, I don't want to say that's just how they are, or they're all corrupt, because we know one that's not corrupt, so I guess this is more generalized, so.
Playing with other people's cash is a total no-go.
Well, technically we've played with other people's cash by stealing it from their shadows, so, well, you know. Yes, it is, Conquer. Yes, it is. I know from experience.
Does she really have time to be coming to a trial like this?
Well, it's like Akechi said, she's a public prosecutor, so if she has to do it in terms of like if this is her civic duty, basically, so she has to do it.
Supposedly, she was on this case before being assigned to the Phantom Thieves.
That could also be true.
Normally, another prosecutor would take her place, but Sai-san can be a bit of a perfectionist.
She just wants the court cases all to herself, doesn't she?
Hey, how are we gonna get Nijima-san to notice us?
Hey, Sai!
Did you tell her we'd be coming? I don't think she read the message, though. Do we have a backup plan?
Not exactly. but I'm sure she'll notice us eventually.
What if we get up and clap for the politician when he comes in? That'll get her to notice us, right? Let's just make unblinking eye contact until... There we go.
I noticed a lot of students here, but is that a Ketchi-kun? And Makoto? Now that I think about it, there was a message about her coming.
We just wanted to check on you, that's all.
That doesn't matter for now.
See?
There you go.
It's almost time to begin.
All right. Nijima can see now that we're allowed in the courtroom.
So that means...
This should let us enter that high limit thingamajig.
Yep, we're allowed in the
Let's
high
head over
limit
to
floor.
her palace once the trial's over.
Well, how long's the trial gonna go for?
Stay in the bag, damn it.
Nebby, get back in the bag. You'll kill us all, Nebby. Get back in the bag. Anyway, back here. Feels like I just left. Probably because I just did.
All right, let's go. I'm looking forward to my achievements.
Okay, so now that we're here, let's, before we finish out for today, let's actually go and finish the Strength Confidant there. I need to get rid of a few of these guys in order for that to work, though. What level are we anyway? Are we 50? We're 51. Almost 52. Turning off chat for 2 seconds on my phone, just to look at my notes, because I don't have it in these notes in my ye old trusty notebook of mine. Some of the fusions after this. I did all the fusions that are listed in the notebook, basically. Set is the next one. We'll get an electricity bearing persona at 52. And we'll get an upgrade for Pazuzu at 53. We'll get an upgrade for Valkyrie at 55. We'll get an upgrade for Byakko at 55. We'll get an upgrade for both Sarasvati and Ananta at 56. We'll get an upgrade for the electricity one at 55 as well. So we've got a few things that we can do, but I know what I need to fuse here in order to make set work. So let's do that. Hang on, I didn't see what was... I didn't see the message in the chat, sorry. I was too busy looking at my notes there. Sorry to whomever just posted the message after Conquer talking about it's really difficult to hold deposition. I didn't see it, sorry. But anyway, yeah, let's go fuse set.
Do you need something?
I gotta get rid of Osei though, and probably a couple of other guys. I need to have 4 slots open, so. Nebby should have been Morgana's thief name. Oh, that would have been funny. That would have been funny. You don't have anything that I would actually care about passing along to anybody. How very unfortunate. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, thanks. I didn't catch that one. Appreciate it. Well, I got null nuke on Byakko, so I could just strengthen it to get Bufudine with Osei. That would free up 2 slots. I need to strengthen Horus today, but I need to do that with, like, Orlov, I think. So I need 3 slots open, basically. So we can put Osei into Byakko, and that'll give us a 2nd slot, and then, I don't know, man, I'll just put Stone of Scone somewhere. Probably, it'll be the easiest one to get rid of. Well, here's what I'll do. I'll save it here. This is going to be the save file that I'm going to, like, get Makuga on Horus with. Basically, I'll just buy Orlov and I'll infuse that into it. So instead of Stone of Scone, like you're going to see here, I'm going to infuse Horus with Orlov to get Makuga on it. And then I'll probably just ditch Stone of Scone for something else.
You'd like to register? Are you sure?
But we will make 3 open slots, and then we'll fuse Horus and the 3 others into set here before we finish it out. And that'll finish out the Strength Confidant there. So let's take Byakko. Oh, this is fusion, not strengthen. Sorry, 1 sec. Byakko with Osei. That goes Bufudine and then some, which is good. I'd like some endurance, actually.
What are you waiting for?
That would have been good if it was Valkyrie. Okay, that works.
This is what the persona shall be. Let these powers
That's going to give us a couple of levels, actually. Byakko's going to be pretty good. Very nice. I don't know how much we'll actually be using Byakko, but we might use it in the boss fight. I mean, it's got Ice Boost inherently in its skill set, so that'll be good.
Okay.
Got good magic, got Concentrate, Ma Rakunda, so all good things, and Bufudyne, which will help out. So straight upgrade to Bufula. Let's get rid of that. We got Taunt, don't need it. Goodbye. Oops. Goodbye, I said. There we go. That gives us 2 open slots, and so I'll infuse Horus with the Stone of Scone, but I'll reload my save file once I finish out the stream in a couple of minutes, and instead of using Stone of Scone, I'll use Orlov to strengthen it. I might just strengthen. You know what I'll do is I'll strengthen Pazuzu with the Stone of Scone. Well, actually, that'll allow me to show you me strengthening Horus with Orlov.
What are you waiting
So,
for?
only endurance. Well, I guess he could kind of use it. I'm not gonna have Pazuzu for much longer anyway, so that'll work.
This is the power. Let these powers unite.
Probably get 3 endurance out of this level. Yep. We inherited Zyonga. Don't need it. I guess I could have it instead of Rakukaja. Yeah, we'll stick it there instead of Rakukaja, because regular old Rakukaja is not really going to do us any good. Zyonga might, though, so we'll do that. Now we've got 3 slots open. So now...
Finished for now?
well, I'm not going to save it, so I'll just... I'll go back and I'll
finished?
fix Pazuzu's skills. I'll get Orlov, and I'll see if I can get Makuga on it. For Horus, or get Makuga on Horus there. And then we'll fuse ourselves a big old dragon. Because that's what Set is.
I'll go.
Justine, are you sure?
There we go.
These
Summon
are
up
the
an
paths you
Orlov
have left.
right over here somewhere. There you are.
Is this what you want? You'll withdraw this, then accept this persona.
And actually, I could probably just save it right here, and then I can scum it.
Are you finished?
So we'll do that. Hold on. Hold on, bear with me a
should write
moment.
something.
Because I was gonna infuse Byakko anyway with Ose to give him that level for Bufudyne. So, okay.
The inmate needs
Strengthen
power requires
Horus with
sacrifice.
Orlov. How many levels will we get out of this?
That will do.
Looks like maybe just 1, which is fine. Yes, you can actually pass Kugion up to Set there, even though he's weak to bless skills, which is kind of weird, but I mean, it's okay. Okay, so magic, endurance, agility. That's what I want. Actually, that'll work too. Magic, agility, and luck will work just fine.
This is what the persona shall be.
Because, like I said, I wanted to get a little bit of luck out of this whole thing, so that he's got. I'd like to have Horus have mostly high magic, and then endurance and agility can be kind of like about even with each other, and then luck can be like, if I can get luck to like 35 to 40, that would be great. I'm only planning on leveling Horus up to level 80 with strengthening, so that's how that's gonna go. Got to 56. Okay, that's even better. 1 luck, 1 agility, and like 4 magic. Damn. Good. Very good, Horus. Very good. We'll have to get you some endurance to get that up, but that's okay. Okay, we got Mafraila. So basically, I will... What will I get rid of for that? Probably get rid of Masuka Kaja for it. For Makuga, that is. Because I'd like to keep Amrita Shower for now. We can't pass it up to anything that I want to pass it up to just yet. So eventually we will be able to pass it up to something else. Or Haru will learn it, so that'll help too. But yeah, so since we can't pass it up to anything right now, so I'll get rid of Masuka Kaja. I'll keep the rest of the stuff. But I'll keep Kugion and Makuga, and then Amrita Shower and Concentrate. So that's how that's going to go. I'd rather keep the other skills so that I have them for either the boss fights or touch and go for in the regular palace stuff. And once we get that,
Change your mind?
I will go here.
Justine, these are the paths
We
you
need
have
to
walked.
grab Isis, who is like level 30, 31, somewhere in there. There we go.
Is this what you want?
Yeah, he gets, I think he gets Agidine, if I remember right, as well, by level up, which is pretty good. So he's a pretty good jack of all trades, Set is, so.
You'll withdraw this
That helps.
persona, then accept this persona.
So we'll grab Isis, we'll grab Toth. Did I fuse a Toth? I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, I did. He's right here.
This persona, a fee is required. This is your power.
And I gotta go back to get Anubis. There he
This
is.
persona, a fee is required. This is your power.
And I think the only thing that I need to pass along to Set out of any of the skills, I mean, High Counter, obviously I need to pass to him, but then I also need to pass Null Psi from Anubis to him, so that's what we're going to do.
If you wish to gather them.
Advanced Fusion! Where is he? There he is.
I see. A strong persona indeed.
And you can pass 5 skills up to Set because it's a 4-way fusion, and if you have enough skills on everybody else, you can pass up to... I think it's actually up to 6 skills, if I remember right, that you can pass along, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So, if it wasn't for Automateru already being a thing, I could always have Set be my starter, but I don't really need to bother with that, I don't think. So, Null Psi... Rakunda's probably a good idea. High Counter, and... I think Regenerate 2 might be a good one. Yeah, he's got it naturally, as you can see here.
Choose the inherited skills innate.
So let's see here. Rakunda's a good one because I don't have anybody with regular Rakunda, and now I have him with Masuka Kaja, so that'll help us out a little bit. We don't need Concentrate on him so much. High Counter we need. Regenerate 2 is a good idea. I can actually pass Null Psi and Touch and Go to him, so that's probably a good idea too. So let's do that.
It will receive a great deal of power.
Okay, let's fuse up a Set with High Counter.
My.
Let's see if he gets a lot of strength out of this, hopefully. Big Old Dragon. I wish for the power of one-shot kill. And that's what he gives you. One-shot kill.
Okay.
More magic than strength, but that's okay. So he gets Cripple. I have Agidyne on Queen Mob, so I think I'm just going to get rid of it for Cripple, because Cripple, like I said, it's basically gun amp, and it stacks with Snipe if you have it, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good to have, so I'm going to stick that in there. Fire Break, don't need that since I don't have Agidyne anymore. He'll get Fortify Spirit at 56, which Akechi already has, and it decreases the chance of being hit with ailments. Might want to keep that instead of Touch and Go, since I'm planning on buying Horus back anyway. So there's that. But he has High Counter now, so we can actually finish out Strength Confidant because he has High Counter. So let's just back out.
Are you finished?
And I will show you what it looks like when you max it out, and then I will call it a day. And I will just basically save scum to make sure that I get Makuga on Horus there before fusing Set. So.
My.
Yes, it is. I have what you were looking for.
That's it. That's the persona we asked for.
Well, you say it like you're shocked. This has happened 9 times already, guys.
You really made it?
Mm-hmm.
The inmate with all those pitiful personas actually managed this.
No faith, man.
I guess I can compliment you this time.
No respect around here.
Well done.
Well, I guess I'm getting respect now, so.
You have far exceeded our original expectations. This may not be a proper thing to say to an inmate, but you have done extraordinary work.
Aren't you supposed to be saying hurtful things? Isn't Igor gonna hear this and be like, what are you doing? Why are you encouraging him?
You're a real handful, but I gotta give you some credit.
Only some, Caroline?
As for the next task we will assign to you, there is nothing. You have fulfilled every duty available to you.
What's my reward?
As the ones who rule over power, our role is...
Wow.
Rule over... power.
I figured you were just using that as a synonym for strength.
Why did I say that?
Because you're the strength confidant. Yes, that is true, Conquer. That's very true.
In my head.
You're hearing things now? Great. And I thought I was the one who was supposed to go crazy. I'm the one in solitary confinement here. Yeah, are you okay?
It is nothing. Just my head.
Is it on the left side of your head or your right? Because if it's on the left side of your head, I can think of one distinct reason why you have such a bad migraine.
These memories. The one who first wrote this list. It was me? Or was it us? Just... what are we?
I think she's freaking out. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you again because you didn't answer me the first time. Hello? Calm down.
My apologies.
You're at an 11, Justine. You need to go down to a hard 2.
Don't worry. This has happened to me, too. Inmate, this is all your fault for not keeping your mouth shut.
And back to normal.
Caroline, do not shift the blame onto him.
Ugh. I hope you know you're a real handful, inmate.
Oh, I've known that for a long time.
But fine. I'll grant you that privilege. We've really gone soft, huh?
Don't worry, I won't tell Igor.
Perhaps you are too embarrassed to admit how much his concern pleased you.
What do you mean?
No! Anyway, we're gonna give you a great ability this time. You're gonna cry tears of joy when you get it.
Oh, God. Not these two as well.
Inmate, there's no doubt you're a problem child.
Thank you. Yeah, I can imagine because the whole gamut of emotions for them just happens in a single day.
But honestly, we're real impressed that you conquered all the trials we put forth.
You hold a surprisingly great potential.
Well, that's just great.
So, fight. I'm sure you'll be able to accomplish anything you put your mind to.
I'm glad you have your support at least.
And you'd better put a stop to the ruin. Okay?
I still don't even know what the ruin is, but fine. Sure.
Trickster, I believe in you. Prove to us that you can reach the truth.
We will be waiting for you.
Right.
I am thou.
So,
Thou art I.
if Justine is the one who's narrating this, why did we have to go into, like, the,
Thy
you know,
bond shall become
dark
the
screen
wings
and
of
blah, blah, blah,
rebellion
and all that
break
stuff?
The yoke of thy heart.
It's kind of weird.
Thou hast awakened to the ultimate secret of strength, granting thee infinite power.
I'm sure it's nothing. But we have maxed out the Strength Confidant for creating the set with high counter. And that gets us a new ability with the twins' special treatment, which lets us fuse personas of any level at any time. We have to pay for it, obviously, using a ton of yen, but it's a very powerful skill to have around, especially in the late game, because some of the personas that you can make that are really high level can turn into some pretty good equipment when you put them through the sacrifice, the electric chair treatment. So I'll definitely be taking advantage of special treatment there in order to fuse some of the highest level personas in the game to make them into equipment at the end game.
All right.
Well, that's true. That's true, Tibaltus. We are playing kind of a weird game, but, you know, reasons and amnesia too, yeah. That is true. And also for maxing out the Strength Confidant, we can now fuse Zhao Gongen, which is the most powerful strength persona. I don't plan on doing that, but you can if you want.
Be careful not to lose focus.
You're still in rehabilitation till you can get out from behind the bars. Got that, inmate?
You mean there's a time when I can get out of here? I had no idea. But there we go, another Confidant maxed out. This one didn't require any time to pass to do it, but that's okay. Alright, Seth, let's fix your skill set there. This can go here. This can go here. That can go there. Okay, yeah, that works for me. But yeah, so basically I'll fuse Seth once I can get Makuga onto Horus there, and then I'm gonna just go back and rebuy Horus. Like, I'll register Horus with Makuga in the compendium, and I'll go back and rebuy it so that we can have it for our own use there. And then, once we have that on there, we'll have access to every element that we could possibly need from just the personas that we have available here, other than, you know, Power, who's just kind of hanging out in the background there. And that will be good. But we can head out of here now. So once I do that, I will be... Yeah, I know. Oh, okay, I guess I gotta register Seth anyway, so...
You'd like to read? You want
Do
to
this.
You'd like to register this? Done already.
Well, yeah, that is true, but what reason could they possibly have to remove the lock on my cell, huh? There's no way they'd do that out of the goodness of their hearts. Yeah, true. That is true. They could. Just a matter of will they. It's probably a coulda, shoulda, woulda thing. But anyway, so yes, I will reload that save. I'll basically re-strengthen Horus with Orlov until I get Makuga on it. Then I'll fuse Set, so I'll max out the Confidant off screen again. I'll say the same things. There's no difference in dialogue really from one to the other thing. And then when we get back the next time on Persona 5: The Stream Edition, we will continue going through the high limit floor in Sai's Palace. We'll see if we can finish it all up on the next go through, and that will be good. But for now, that's going to be it for this time on Persona 5: The Stream Edition. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I will be sure to post the schedule for next week as soon as I get off of this and I get everything all set up in terms of descriptions and everything on this part. And then you'll be able to see when I'm streaming next week. Next time I'll be streaming is Monday, though. I'm going to take a day off for Father's Day tomorrow. But yes, thank you, everybody. I appreciate you checking out the stream. I will see all of you on the next one. Take care, and have a good night. At the end here to say, next time on Persona 5: The Stream Edition, we'll see where the whims of fate may lead us, but I missed the joke. So now I'm gonna go destroy my television because I'm angry for missing the joke. Goodbye. Alright, TV, I've had enough of your bullshit. I'm gonna take all my frustrations out on you. I hope